Oh, I'm kind of waiting for something else. Isn't the Globes? But perhaps I haven't been paying attention. I thought the Globe was supposed to come on at that point. No, that's the daytime one, isn't it? I've just become very confused. I'm sitting here because the daytime video opener, it then goes, it gets to the end of the music and then the Globe comes on, doesn't it? The nighttime one's different. I didn't even know that. I don't even know how my own show works. How weird is that? Anyway, here we are on a Saturday night. We never do a Saturday night, do I? Saturday night, the 10th of October, 2020. I'm coming to you from the Chapel Hill Marina, United Kingdom Talk. And we thought we'd try something a bit different tonight. A Chatbox show. A Chatbox show. Now, I'm not one to prepare. I'm very much of the opinion, fail to prepare, prepare to fail sort of thing. I have nothing written down in front of me. I have no news stories lined up to tell you about. So really, I'm just looking into the chat box tonight to see what you're chatting about and maybe to read one or two of your many comments. Okay? That's what we're going to do tonight and just see what happens. So I see Jason Hughes is there. My nephew's there already. Evening, Gary. And perhaps I'll feed off that completely. Literally, completely feed off that. You know, do bear in mind, if I go down the list and then I get something to talk about, then it will stop until I've finished and I'll go further down. And we'll see how we get on. Might work, might not. Do you know what I mean? I do feel quite relaxed sitting here, not having to worry too much about getting all my stuff in. I've done this up today, right? Because, again, you know, if I just undo it, it was kind of a bit floppy. And you see what I mean? All my bleeding colours are like this. And I don't know why that is. They're all like this. And it's not like my sister don't iron them properly. I think this was what one of my sisters. But, I mean, look, it just looks blooming awful, doesn't it? You know? I don't know why that is. So sometimes I do them up like that, and that's it's like looking in a mirror. That looks better, doesn't it, like that? Don't you think? I think it looks better. There we go. All right. Hello to Gary. There's my nephew, Gary, Scrap It Man. His latest video is out, all about cars. Another car video. Now, I spent the day with him after I finished doing the show this morning. I did quick tidy up in here. And I went over to my nephew's house. We'd be driving around today looking at houses. Yeah, we looked at 5 places. Some it's funny, really. You know, you get the address. We don't have the exact address of these places. We're just going off the sort of estate agents. You know, the what do you call it? The estate agents' websites, Rightmove and prime location places like that. So we're just going across that really, and it just gives you like the name of the road and the area. So literally we then get on the road and drive up and look for a sign. But I think there was 2 places that we just couldn't find. Funny, isn't it, really? But nothing to write home about. Some were, there was a semi-detached and I thought, oh, what if there's noise? I think my number 1 priority would be no noise. Isn't it funny, coming from a DJ, coming from almost an ex DJ now, coming from an ex DJ, my number 1 priority would be no noise. I couldn't bear it if I was in my own house and couldn't shut the door and be in like complete silence. So that's my number 1 thing. That would include someone too close to me. That being said, right, where I live now, I'm at an end terrace and I have a neighbour. But you see, they're roughly the same age as me. There's no noise, no children, and I don't mean that to be nasty to children at all, because children are noisy people, aren't they? You know, probably even more noisy than you. But yeah, that to not be able to close your door and have no noise, oh no. So that's my number 1 priority. My number 2 priority is what I look out onto. I want an open field view. I'd like an open field view. That's number 2 priority. And really, that's about it. Don't want it too big. We did see one place. Oh, it was enormous. The view was amazing. It was the best view out of everywhere, by far, by 100%. But it was enormous. This house had 4 TV aerials on it. Why would you have 4 TV aerials? It was like it had been split up into flats, except it wasn't. Funny, isn't it, really? The cheapest one was nice. I mean, it was nice. But as I say, it was right next to your neighbour. Now, it may well be that the people next door are quiet people, but who's to say they're going to move out and a little family comes in and they want to have their fun, don't they? You know? Oh, poor old Uncle Chris is next door. Shut up! Shut up! Like that. So thank you very much to Gary for taking me around. We had a nice, and then we stopped in Horncastle, which isn't far from here, to get something to eat, some sandwiches, and I had a blooming job finding a sandwich. I just run out of stuff. It wasn't that late. I suppose it was about 1:30 in the afternoon by the time we stopped there. And we did have, and then we carried on looking at more places after we'd stopped for something to eat. And then unfortunately, Harry needed a poo. So we, after looking at one or two more places, we had to come home because Harry needed a poo. I don't understand it. We got home and he didn't go straight in the toilet. I would have ran in there, dear. I mean, there's plenty of bushes. What's the problem? That's what I've done. So good evening, Gary. Hello to the delightful Mark Bowles. No darts, Mark? Are you usually out on Saturday night playing darts or something like that? Hello to Mandy Davenport. Evening, Mandy. Colin K. Hello, Colin. Thanks very much for your email, Colin. Colin has sent some suggestions for my music round. And it looks like... Are you a keyboardist, a pianist or something, Colin? Because he's sent stuff which looks to me fairly easy to play. Da, 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 da. These are really... I got to say, Colin, these are really excellent choices that you've sent there. I don't think... Let's have a look at them. I don't think I've used any of those suggestions that you've sent there. Well, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's about 12, 13, 14 songs there, which have all got an easy intro to do. So thanks very much for those, Colin. I must say, that's the music round. Yeah. If you're new to the channel, welcome along. We're not usually here doing a show like this. We thought we'd try something else new this evening. But we do a quiz night, which is on Tuesday. 8 o'clock is quiz time on this channel on Tuesday night, all right? If you want to join us for that. And we have little questions and we have a music round. And I'm always looking for suggestions for the music round, not so much the question rounds, but the music round. I find great difficulty, especially now. This is my book, right? You get to see all the insights and all, and how I work stuff out. This is my book of questions and stuff. We started, I think it was back in March, we started doing the quiz. And there's been a couple, just a couple, mind, a couple of music round questions that I have repeated, I think. I'm not 100% sure of that. I'm pretty sure I've done 1 or 2 of them. But look, I mean, look, it's a blooming job coming up with new ones. There you go. See, that's, and I do go quite far ahead. So what was it last Tuesday? That was the 7th. There's 7th, you see? And literally, this is sitting in front of me on this side of the questions. I look at the news and I write down various questions, yeah? And of course, this goes way back, you know, I mean, March, look at it all. That's all what I've done. Back in March, of course, we used to buy in the current affair. I used to buy it in. It's not very expensive, something like £2 or something like that. And I would just simply read the questions off the sheet. But some of them were so difficult. And I listen to people sometimes, not very often. I listen to people saying that it was too hard. And I thought, how hard can it be? Until one day I sat down and I thought, blimey, these are supposed to be news stories that I would have seen on the news. And they're blooming difficult. Very difficult. So I started writing it myself, and I think I've been writing the general knowledge, the news current affair quiz for about 2 or 3 months now, and I think that's working a lot better. People certainly get more points. See, that's next week's one. There's the music round there. I know I'm showing you these questions. Don't look if you don't want to, but you see that's how far we've got so far with the current affairs questions. I do it throughout the week. I just keep watching the news. And that's last week's one. See, that's full up. The music round's already in the can. And then we go forward another week to the 21st. And that's all I've done so far, you see. I do like to be no current affairs questions at all on that round. And that's how that's done. And that sits there. And now and again, I pick it up. I like to be ahead. I like to be ahead with things, you know. So thank you for that, Colin. Much appreciated. If you've got any music round questions that you want to suggest, feel free. That's my email address there. Just send them through, okay? Don't ever be offended if I don't use them. Same as the beautiful news stories that some people fit in, send in and pictures and things like that. Just because they're not, I don't show them. I just think, I'm not quite sure where that fits in. Do you know what I mean? And that's how it is. Hello to Daniel Woodhouse. Good evening to you. I've just got to Mum's and this special Saturday night extravaganza has just started. Is she joining us as well, Daniel, your mum? Be nice to have her there, wouldn't it? Say hello to your mum for us all. Be quite nice. Hello, Daniel's mum. Where does she live then? Huh? Oh, I got a bit of dinner in me too from earlier. Oh, I had a lovely dinner. Oh, yes. I'll tell you about that in a minute, maybe. Couple of texts come in on the texting phone. Maureen's with us tonight. Hello, Maureen. Evening, Maureen. Maureen's there. Evening, Maureen. Guess what I've just been watching, Maureen? Series 2, Episode 1. I've now completed the first series, and I know I had to do it because it's all running out. The trouble is the second series is running out as well, isn't it? We're talking about Land Girls, incidentally, which is a programme on the BBC iPlayer. It's about these girls and in the Second World War it was, and how they're growing all the stuff and doing domestic things for the soldiers and all that business, growing stuff, on the land. And it's very good. Very good. I've watched the whole first series now, Maureen. I'm now on to Series 2, Episode 1, but that runs out on Wednesday. So I would imagine it's all running out pretty quickly there. I didn't realise it was 9 years ago that was on the telly. Did you know that? Land Girls, I don't remember it. It's a great series. Hello to Stephen Petty. Hello to Will, Mark, Karen, Alison and Emily. All sitting there quietly at home. It's either me or Britain's Got No Talent. Which do you want to watch, Old Amanda Holden. What's she going to upset this week? She seems to upset everyone, Amanda Holden. Oh, dear. Oh, Mark sent a photo. Thanks, Mark. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at Mark's photo. Where's he sent that then? He's got his little cup. Bless his heart, haven't you, darling? I'll tell you what. I'll see if I can get photos up, shall I, for you? That may or may not work. Hang on a minute. Let's go to this mode here. Instant photos. This is how long it takes to get a photo up online, you see. When I say to you we can't do instant photos, you're about to find out why. So we'd be chatting away now and then there'd be a gap. But it's all right tonight because we're just experimenting, aren't we? I don't know if this will affect the picture for a while I try and download it. Oh, he looks so handsome, doesn't he, Mark? Why are you with that old bag, darling? I mean, you could have me, my love. Oh, look at that. I can't get that. I don't seem to be able to get that, Mark. I can't get that forward. I can forward it, but I can't download it. Can you do me a favour and email it? Can you email it? I can't get that down off how you've sent it. Could you email that for us, Mark? And I'll see if I can get it straight down the line and up on there, okay? All right, my darling. I did try. Hello to Adam the plumber. Yes, Adam, a nighttime show. How special are you? You're very special, Adam. You know that, my love. Adam realises we are now 15 years old, this programme. 15 years I've been talking bullshit. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Sorry, is it after 9 o'clock? Yes, it is. I'll say what I damn well please. We're not cleaning it up tonight. Oh, no. This is life in the raw, boys and girls. The nighttime show. I've been talking rubbish for 15 years. It's unbelievable, isn't it? It really is. Yep. If you're watching at home on a telly, you can text in if you want to. 07551 259 675. Is that a bit small, that logo in the corner? I've just realised that. Looks a little bit small, that, doesn't it? Can you see it all right, that phone number? I mean, if you're watching on a small phone, you'll have trouble. But if you're all right, I'll leave it as it is. Mark, all sad, lonely people here again. Well, that's all right, isn't it, Mark? We are sad, lonely, pathetic people. I'm one of them too, I admit that. But I'm okay because I've got my milk chocolate digestive ginger snaps here. Perhaps anyone like to come round and share some biscuits with me tonight? Heidi Young will be round here. She'd be banging on my door. Can I have a biscuit, please? Hello to, is it Chris Bunn? I don't know who you are, Chris. Are you new? Chris Bunn, good evening, sir. Whereabouts are you? I haven't seen you before. Yes, very late today. Very, very late today. And of course, we probably got some silent viewers there as well today. All right. I know you're sitting there quietly on the side and you just like to sort of sit there and watch it all coming together. Or not, as the case may be. Seriously, I don't know if you've ever done it. And Shania's there. Hello, Shania, you beautiful lady. Shania's head of the Catholic Church on the Isle of Wight, boys and girls. Have you ever done, I bet you haven't, you and your dad have never done an unprepared show, have you? Eh? I mean, I've usually got something written down in front of me in case, like whatever, I don't know, whatever I was doing or something like. I've got nothing written down and nothing on the screen in front of me. I promise you today. Just us. Just us. It's not really a show, is it? It's just like a chat. Do you know what I mean? Big difference, I think. There's our Mandy Davenport. Evening to you. Hello, Mandy. Fun things to do with tech. The fun will begin. I can't wait for the fun to begin. Baby, get down, come on down to the summertime city. Oh, it's not summertime anymore, is it? Sunshine, Saturday. That's it. It's Casualty on at the moment. I didn't even look today. Hello to Steve Carter. Evening, young Steve. I need stiffer collars. Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, they were stiff when I bought them. But it's like all things, Mark. As they get older, they get a little bit floppy, don't they? And people say to me, why don't you find someone your own age? Hello, there's Stephen Petty and his family there. There's another text there coming in, my darlings. Mark is a new watcher. Oh, okay. Welcome along, Mark. Welcome, Mark. You must tell us where you are. Okay. Welcome along, Mark. I'm pretty harmless, really, unless you upset me. They will tell you what happens when I get upset on here. Text chilling out with a wife. Put your feet up. That's it. Let me do the work tonight. Text Sparky. That's what we want. I'll do the work this evening. I hope this takes off. Is it the new Brucey, a.k.a. Mr. Saturday Night? Probably, Daniel. Probably. Oh, how can anyone compete with Bruce Forsyth? You can't. Mr. Perfection. Fantastic. I miss those people. I miss those people so much. And the thing is, Daniel, you're not very old yet. As you get older, all your heroes on the telly start dying. Unless, of course, you go first, which is quite possible. Isn't it? Dreadful thing to say. Unless, of course, you go fast. It's awful. You speak to all the other people on here. It's horrible. All these people keep dying. Do you know what? I'm incredibly hot suddenly. I've got the eating on next door and it kind of wasps through. I'm just going to go and turn it off. All right, stay there. Cool, it's not hot. Blimey. Where's my remote? Dear me. I've got these air blower things. They're not fan heaters. They're, air conditioning. They do cold air and hot air. And it's in the bedroom next door. If I open the 3 doors, it just does the whole area. Cool, it must be about 80 degrees in here now. Very, very efficient. Hello to Glenda. Hello, Glenda. She's caught us live today. Hello, Glenda. All right, my love. It's all right. I'm not going to keep swearing for those of you that were shocked at that last remark. Shocked. All right, Glenda. Yeah, Glenda's usually asleep while I'm doing my stuff. She always watches the recording. Get a couple of emails from her now and again. You right, Glenda? Nice to see you. There's Denise. Evening, Denise Andrews. Evening, Denise. Denise and her husband are going to buy me a new clock. Not for the back, for the front here. So I can give correct times. Like, you're watching United Kingdom Talk. It's coming up to 24 minutes to 10 o'clock. There you go. A professional clock reader. Perhaps I could do something like that. Be a professional. I could do Tim, couldn't I? Do they still have that on the phone? Where you dial a number for the time. I never understood why people would want to spend money finding out what the time when there were clocks all over the place. At the third stroke, it will be 9:35 and 40 seconds. Beep, beep, beep. At the third stroke, it will be 9:46 and 50 seconds. beep, 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 and on and on. She must have had a boring life, that old bag who used to read that out, mustn't she? And it changed to a bloke. People often say, why did BT change the voice, the voice of Tim, the time voice? Why did it change to a bloke? Well, she died. It's one of those things, isn't it, really? I wonder if she died halfway through her job. The first stroke, it will... Well, you wouldn't have got the time for a couple of days until someone complained, would they? And people like to complain. Oh, my God, don't they, dear? They do like to complain. Live next door to our neighbours, Chris. You'll be more than shouting. Oh, have you got noisy neighbours, Mandy? I'm sorry to hear that, my love. I can't think of anything worse than noisy neighbours. Seriously. Awful. He reckons he's a big boy. Large if you get me. Wink, wink. Who's that then? Oh, you're in Fiskerton. Are you really in Fiskerton? Well, I didn't know that. Oh, you're talking about Mark. Wink, wink. And look at the messages that sent me. Rude messages. It's not that sort of programme, my darling. We don't do rudeness on this programme. We do carry on humour. There is a difference, my love. Not that any of the youngsters can understand carry on humour, can they? Can you just imagine a millennial watching a carry on film? Oh, it's so sexist. Oh, I can't cope. Oh, I must go to my safe space. I can't cope. It's so sexist. Oh, my God, it's so homophobic. Oh, my God, it's so racist. Oh, go away, you stupid, boring git. Oh, I can't bear them, those millennials. They do my head in. What else have we got here? Let's see what other items. We're not doing bingo tonight, Gary. God's sake, isn't it hopeless? No bingo tonight. Oh, I've got a bit of acid coming up. Excuse me. I'll tell you why as well. My nephew's wife, she had some tomatoes she didn't want. So she gave them to me. Little, the little round, what are they called? Cherry tomatoes she had. And she gave them to me. I said, well, what do I do with those? She said, you can make a pasta. She then continued to give me some... It's very generous. She then gave me some pasta, then a tin of chopped tomatoes, and she told me what to do. She said, put the little tomatoes in a pan for a while, cook them for a while, then put in the chopped tomatoes, add some spices, okay, and do some pasta. So that's what I've had tonight. My God, it was delicious. Usually I'd do something very similar to that in a slow cooker. But I did it sort of, how would you put it, live tonight. Is that how you would say? So I put these little tomatoes in a pan. I did them for a while on their own. Then I put in the tin of chopped tomatoes, one tin of chopped tomatoes. I put in some oregano, some thyme, some chili flakes, and some garlic. Oh, the garlic... That's gone all hard. And perhaps it got excited when it saw me. I don't know. The garlic had gone all hard. It was a little jar of garlic powder. And why isn't this coming out? Well, it gone as hard as anything. Funny, isn't it? So, foolish old Chris, silly old git Chris, gets a sharp knife and starts prodding it like that. And I ended up putting it through my hand. But only just. It was a tiny little speck of blood, which I immediately... washed under the tap. Don't want to come near my blood, I'm telling you that. Isn't that right, Stace? So a slight bit of damage, tiniest drip of blood you've ever seen in your life. So anyway, I put that in there and I just kept it and I'd done the pasta. I chopped up an onion as well and put that in and carried on cooking and the pasta got done. The actual sauce, I must admit, it had dried out a little bit, if you see what I mean. It wasn't like pouring a domino thing. Like a domino, it's more like a flavoured tomato sauce, that stuff. There were lumps in it from carrots and things like, and that sort of thing. But that was perfectly all right. It was lovely. Lovely. And the chilli has burnt the back of my throat a bit, which means it was perfect. Absolutely delicious. A little bit of sprinkled cheese over the top. So that's what I've had for dinner tonight. Thank you very much to Stacey for the ingredients. What can I come and collect tomorrow? There's no point in me going to the supermarket. It's all provided. All provided by other people. Lovely. Things in the UK, well, you know, Glenda, same as the rest of the world, I'm afraid, darling. Same as the rest of the world, yeah. One of those things. Mick Davenport joining us. Good evening, peasants. Evening, peasants. Now, did Mark email that picture in there? Oh, there it is. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Let's have a look there. Oh, and Paul sent something in. Thank you, Paul. Where's... Oh, pretty boy, Mark. Look at him. Oh, God, look at him, dear. Honestly. One moment. Show videos. Let's call that Mark. This is how long it takes me to put a picture on if you email it, right? And you can now understand, perhaps just to give you a little bit more understanding into how I do things. Right, so we need to put this picture on here. What shall we call it? Oh, let's call it Mark. Okay, then. Call it Mark. Now I've got to find it. Where did I put it now? Ba ba ba. Da, 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 da. I hear that music. It always makes me happy, that little bit of music. Right. Oh, there he is. Little Mark, bless his heart. And now he's the wrong way round. Okay. Let's transform. Rotate 90 degrees left. Okay. Let's try left. Now he's too big. Ooh. Is that you there? Oh, there you are. You look ever so big in the picture. You see, you're now too big for the frame. I'll show you what I'm doing. Hang on a minute. I'll show you. There you go. That's what I've got. And just a little tuft of hair there, Mark. And I have to muck around with this now because you've sent is it a portrait rather than a land? I have to keep doing that to get it in. There is an option on there which is called fit to screen. There you go. Look at, he's got his lips around my little face. Isn't he gorgeous? Look at him. Look at him. He likes the attention. All these straight blokes, they make me laugh. Right? They absolutely love the attention from a gay bloke. I'm telling you now, they absolutely love it. There you go. All right. And that's how it ends up. So you see why I can't immediately put pictures up for you to look at. Because it takes that long, unfortunately. But we can have a little muck around tonight. So that's Mark. All right. Right. Come back to me. What's that one? It's that one. Yep, there we are. Someone else has sent in a picture. Let's have a little look now. Paul Copeland. Thank you, Paul. Oh, he's sent me a picture of a dead animal. Oh, how awful, Paul. Hang on a minute. Let's, well, rename your one Mark. Then I can get it in quicker, I think. 1 minute. Oh, there it is. Now, again, this is how it's come into my broadcast software. Look. That's no good, is it? Okay, so I'll just I can usually do a fit to screen, which I couldn't do with Mark's one. It's not working, is it? Hang on. There we go. Fit to screen. Let's see if that works on this one. Yes, it does. There you go. Oh, what an awful picture. What a dreadful thing to send a vegetarian, dear. Look at that poor little dead chicken. How can you sit there eating another little creature? It's awful. Just awful, isn't it, eh? Poor thing. Dreadful. Oh. Well, you obviously know how you're cooking, don't you, my love? Thanks very much for sending that through there. Dead chickens all over the place. Thank you. Hello to Steve, David, Christopher. Evening to you from a regular silent viewer. Evening, young Stephen. Or young Steve. Do you like to be called Steve or Stephen? Some people, they are called Steve. You know, I'm Christopher. But very few people are allowed to call me Christopher. My mum calls me Christopher. Actually, Stacey calls me Christopher. Auntie Brenda calls me Christopher. Very few people call me Christopher. Daniel's in Romford. Mum is in Elm Park. I'm not quite sure where that is. Presumably somewhere in Essex, is it? I just imagine. Somewhere in Essex. Lots of people just saying good evening there. You're not ugly, Mark. Why do you think you're ugly? That's a lie. Why tell lies to me? Like, you're leaving your girlfriend for me. Why tell lies? We need honesty in this world, my darling. Honesty. Where's Peter Wright? Is he joining us tonight? I can't wait. Hello, Ray Reynolds. Evening to Ray Reynolds. Ray had a funeral yesterday. Very good friend of his, Norman Scott, who was one of the original gay DJs in London. Yeah, we lost him. I think it was in his 80s. He was a big fan of Disney. He used to collect all the little bits and pieces, So it's the only thing, when someone dies and they've collected something, whether it be Disney or stamps or something like that, and whoever gets them, and probably the family, sometimes the family end up with this stuff and they're like, well, what do we do with this? They don't want it. It's understandable, I mean, if someone perished a thought died in my family and they collect, I'll think of something that they don't collect now. Otherwise, we're tempting fate, aren't we? If they were collecting, I don't know, plates. None of them collect plates. If someone in family was collecting plates, for example, those really nice plates you put on the wall, they're quite expensive, aren't they? Not the cheap ones you see advertised in the Daily Express. Proper plates, I don't know, £2,000, and they hang them on the wall, don't they? And you could die and you'd have all these plates there and a family come in, quite nicely. Oh, well, he's left all these plates. Well, what do we do with them? They don't want them. They don't want these things on their wall. And I think it's a great shame sometimes when people die and they have the most marvellous collections of something, and only to have it go sometimes, I have to say, I hate to say it, in a skip, in a skip. I mean, all my records went in a skip. Seriously, I took them down the dump. I had loads and loads of old 45 records. I took them all down the dump one day because I was sitting in a garage and they never went in there. Some of them were in there for 15 years. I thought, I don't want these anymore. Just space all the time. Space, taking up space. A lot of people don't know the hell what they're talking about most of the time. And, you should have sold those. They might be worth something. No, they weren't, because I checked them all out. You go on eBay, type in 45 RPM singles. You might be lucky to get £1 for about 50 of them. It's a waste of time. So I just took them down the dump. One of those things there. We got some more pictures coming in. Okay, let's show you these. Jason Hughes has sent a little picture in. His dogs. Go on then. Let's have a look. I've done that wrong. Where have I put that now? Show in folder. Okay. Let's put that. Jason Hughes staffs. Why haven't you sent me them before, Jason? Why didn't you send them before when I say, send some pictures in? And we can see stuff. There we go. All right, so again, this is how it's come into my system, like that. All right. See? So I've got to do something with that now. And we'll probably get away. We'll fit to screen first, and let's turn it round 180 degrees. There you go. There you go. Where's that then? Do you know that's weird? When I first looked at that picture there, Jason, I thought they were sort of sitting in front of the Grand Canyon or something like that. Not that dirty old car that it's sitting on. When's the last time that bloody thing was washed? What a filthy old car. God's sake, man. Those beautiful dogs laying there like that. Well, they look quite comfortable, don't they? Aren't they lovely? Are they vicious dogs? Or are they nice dogs? I mean, if I was to come round to your house, obviously after checking your age, because I don't want to go around to any old git's house. Would they attack me, I wonder? Thank you, Jason. Let's have a look here. Oops, sorry. Let's run up there. Someone sent in a super chat. Stephen Petty sent me a £2. Thank you, Stephen. Didn't expect any super chats tonight. Let's give you a couple of raffle tickets then for that. If you think you're just here for a raffle ticket at the end of the show, think again. We're only doing super chats tonight, if you want one, that is. I'll give you a couple of raffle tickets every time you send us a super chat. I'll tell you what. Shall we do that today? Oh no, that wouldn't be fair. Well, or shall I? Shall I do a special offer tonight on the super chat? Shall I? Do you want that? Stephen Petty 377 and 378. Okay, that's for the playing cards. You can see them up there. See a bit closer. Hang on. Oh, here's the super chat prize. This is next Thursday. All right, darling. There you go. Playing cards. All right, whole pack of playing cards there, and a red pen as well. We're doing a two for one offer this week. Okay, there you go. Where should I put these here? Put them over there. 377 and 378, young Stephen. All right, thank you very much for that, Stephen. Very kind. Certainly didn't expect that tonight. £2, eh? Wow. Worth coming in. I'll be able to buy my own food and not have to whisk it off from Stacey now, won't I? Yeah, in there. Mr. Tech, it's very nice, especially when you put in the legs and when you have to stuff it. You're used to stuffing the backside of a chicken. Oh, those poor chickens. No, I can't be eating a dead animal, I'm afraid. Dylan has sent a photo. Dylan sent a photo. All right, let's have a look at Dylan's photo. What's he sent me? If you send me anything rude, I won't show it. Oh, it's your dad's fishes. Oh, he sent a picture of his dad's fish. Hang on. All right. Anyone do fish on here? Let's put it there. And then it should come straight up and drop into there if I'm really lucky. There you go. Here's his fishes. Look. You can have a little fish. Is that upside down? I might be upside down, is it? I don't know. Does that look like it's upside down to you? Transform 180 degrees. Oh, that looks better. Hang on. Here you go. All right, isn't it? Do you like fishes? Even with fish, I'm a bit funny, really. I just don't think they should be swimming in a tank or even a pond. They should be sort of out in the open. But that's just me, you know. Me being silly, I suppose, about things. There we are. Thank you very much for that. Jason, I've done your one, haven't I, Jason? Thank you, Jason. Hello to Dominique. Hello, Dominique. Greetings, Dominique. Hello. She's been sleeping. Go to sleep, so I say good night, children. See you. If she's not sleeping tonight, are you? Hello, Dominique. Welcome back to our little show, darling. Is it on too early in the morning for you? I know what you mean. Yeah. Hello to Peter Wright. He's not joining us tonight. So, you've come in the chat box to tell us you're not joining us tonight, but you have. Haven't you? You have joined us, dear. You've come in the chat box to tell us that you're not joining us tonight. But you have. So why have you told a lie, Peter? Very disappointing. That people should lie on this channel. Don't usually do lies. Shania will be having a word with you for that one, my darling. Think you find that's a sin? Lying on, especially bad sin, lying on this channel. Shania would tell you, my love. Head of the Catholic Church on the Isle of Wight. I think really, I'd quite like, Shania and Mandy Davenport to work together. You know. Mandy Davenport would issue like minor punishments, as you will know, like the pain and suffering punishments. And Shania would issue more sort of serious punishments. You know, like 5 years in hell. 10 decades of the Hail Mary. How's your father doing with his Hail Marys tonight? Is he getting anywhere with those? I think it was 50,000 he's got to do, isn't it? As punishment for his sins this morning. Shocking state of affairs. Mandy likes to be called Mand. Oh, I'll have to remember that then, Mand. I'll remember that. Mand. Oh, Mandy. Lovely lady. Now, you're not upsetting Peter, are you, Mark? Stop being naughty now. Stop that now, Mark. Look, you've upset him. He even swore on this channel. He swore. Oh, my poor viewers, their little innocent minds have been damaged now. Can't believe you swear, Peter. I think Shania will have something to say about that, my love. Yes. Mark's got to go to his safe space. Well, actually, you're a millennial, aren't you, Mark? Are you a millennial? Hang on a minute. So millennials were 18 to sort of 21, 22 in 2000, weren't they? So what are you? 22. Yeah, you're a millennial, aren't you, Mark? How comes you're not like these other idiots that appear on the telly and in the front page of the newspapers complaining that they're offended by everything? You're not one of those, are you? Do you think it's just a small amount of people that are offended by everything all the time? You know, from the outside, and it's the people that the TV companies and the newspapers, they sort of focus on them, don't they, rather than everyone else. You know what I mean? Do you think it's a very small amount of people that are constantly offended by anything, and they're the people running the TV stations and what have you nowadays? Is that what it is? What do you think? Oh, they're banger cars, are they, Jason? Ah, that's why they're so badly damaged, darling. I thought it was your car. Now, Glenda's just sent in a little picture. Let's have a look at Glenda today, what she sent us. Oh, I haven't got anything, Glenda, from you. Nothing from Glenda. Do you want to try again, darling? Excuse me. I've got nothing from you there, Glenda. Isn't that strange? When did you send that, my love? A while ago? Let's just... there's a picture here of Mandy Davenport as a little girl. Oh, bless. Look. Little Mandy. Oh, little Mandy with her horse. That's a lovely picture of you, actually, Mick, there on the left-hand side there with your great big long nose. Look at it. Black and white pictures. We've all got loads of those, haven't we, eh? Oh, thank you, Mandy. What a lovely little outfit. What colour is that outfit that you've got on, Mandy? Isn't that nice? I like that. Yeah. Thank you. What a beautiful picture there. Thank you, thank you, Mick, for that. That's a lovely touch that is there. Let's see if we've got Glenda's picture yet. No picture. No picture. No, nothing from you yet, Glenda, darling. Don't know if you want to try again, my love. Shall I shove up the email address for you again, just in case you got that wrong? Where is it now? Email address. There it is. Email address. See if that works now, darling. All right, my love. Denise, you need an Amazon wish list, like your nephew Gary. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I understand why you'd have something like that. I don't know. I mean, there's nothing I'm really wishing for. I'm wishing on a star. La da 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 da. Okay, I wish for a house like yours. How's that? How's that, Denise? I wish for a house like yours, but nearer up here. Really. Yeah. Five houses I look for today. 5. It's not bad, is it, eh? Hello to Keith Nutter. Good evening, Keith. Keith does fishing. Keith is a bit of a fisher. Well, welcome along, Keith. He's new on here. Welcome along, Keith. This is quite unusual. We don't usually do night times. We do Monday to Saturday, 8:45 in the morning, and it's much more sort of news and newspapers orientated. So we're just trying something different tonight to see how it goes. I could, if I wanted to, open up a phone line as well, but it wasn't very successful last time. The last 2 times. I've tried that twice, and not very successful. So we'll see how it goes. Keith goes fishing. Yeah, I'm very close. I don't know where you are in the world, Keith. I'm very close to a river here, the River Witham, Witham. It's literally 5 minutes walk from here. And I'm there and also see... Do you know what's really nice to see along a river? A father and a son fishing together. That's just beautiful, that is. Absolutely beautiful. You've usually got the bloke standing there and the boy sort of running around doing stuff. You know, I don't know what they're doing. Putting hooks on and things like that. Very painful if you get a fish hook. That happened to me. I got a fish hook there. I've never been fishing in my life. Never been fishing. There was one bloke earlier, and they kind of... Some of these... I mean, I've got to say, some of the steepness of the slope going down to the river, and at the bottom there's usually like a little wooden bit what they stand on. I don't know if they're like secured in there or something. I don't know how it works. But some of the blokes, they just stand there for hours. Hours. They're just standing there. Is it good for you to go fishing? I know most of it's just sitting there waiting, isn't it? You've got to be very patient, haven't you? Yeah. You've got to be very, very patient to be fishing, I would imagine. The only fish, evening, Daniel, the only fish I like are the ones in batter. Oh, you cruel man, darling. Poor little fish. How would you like it if it was battered and eaten, Daniel? I don't think I'd like that. Hello to Fran. Evening, Fran. Evening, young Fran. So it's 4:30 in the morning when I'm live, is it, Dominic? Yeah, never mind, darling. Never mind. The quiz is not for you, is it? The quiz, it's funny, actually. Some people like different things, you know. We have a largest audience is Sunday night for the bingo, you know, but you don't see a lot of those people the rest of the week at all. They're only there for the bingo. Similarly, there's people that only play the quiz. And there's people here in the morning that don't do either of those. You know, it's whatever you like. I have to do a little bit of everything for everyone, don't we, you know? Master of nothing, you know? Daniel went fishing with his Uncle Bob. I remember swimming back to the shore thinking fishing is a wet sport. Well, it was. It is if you fall in, Daniel. Did you get pushed? There's a few people I'd like to push in the river, to be honest. Shania's done 5 decades before church mass starting this evening for Shania. Yeah, that's enough for you, Shania. But what about your daddy? We were punishing him earlier, weren't we? Eh? Weren't he supposed to do 10 decades of the rosary? He was, your father. No, not 10 decades. Wasn't it 50,000? Yeah, 50. He was supposed to do 50 decades of the rosary? So what's that? 50 times 10? 500. 500, isn't it? Yeah, 50 times 10. But he was supposed to do 500 Hail Marys. Has he finished yet? Has he finished yet? Chop, chop. I hope he means them when he says them. You know, none of this rushing through, dear. How Mary full of grace, the Lord is with you. Jesus. No, you've got to say it like you mean it. Huh? He could be doing to be sent to a couple of benedictions as well, darling. The novena. Yes. Hello to Jeff. Didn't know you were out on at night. No, just something we threw in tonight, Jeff. I did mention it this morning. Just something we threw in tonight. So, see how it goes, you know. Hello to Jack Thomas. Evening, Jack. Welcome, Jack. Evening, sir. Dad says you should go for a tea break. Well, I can go and get a cup of tea. I could do with a cup of tea, actually. I could do with a cup of tea. Do you mind if I put the kettle on? Would you mind? I do fancy a cup of tea. Daniel's a millennial, but not a pathetic snowflake. Yeah, I'll go along with that. Peter Wright wants to know if dogs bark. Well, if you can bark, so can dogs, Peter. Oh, sorry, I'm not saying you're a dog. Don't get me wrong. It's just that you said if dogs do... Oh, I seem to be digging myself into a grave here, don't I, really? Can you bark? Go and have a little go, Peter. Perhaps you could send me an audio recording of you barking. That'd be quite good, wouldn't it? Ruff. Ruff. I wonder what sort of bark you'd do, Peter. Would it be like a really aggressive Alsatian type bark? You know, row, 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 row. Or would it be like a little Pekingese? What sort of bark would you do? We could choose celebrities, couldn't we? And try and work out what sort of bark they would do. Now, what celebrity could I possibly choose? What about old fatty hardbuckle herself, Gemma Untalented Collins? Is she on the telly tonight somewhere? Which screen has she managed to hoist herself in front of today, I wonder? Gemma Collins. I wonder what sort of bark she'd have. She'd go, woof, and then it would start crying, wouldn't it? Because something's upset her again. Maybe she always cries when they run out of cheese and onion pasties at Greg's. That's what I've heard. Gemma Sausage Roll Collins, they call her in Essex. Gemma Cornish Pasty Collins. I wonder what sort of bark she's got. Interesting. Mark hates stupid people. Me too, Mark. I delete a lot of people on Facebook now who constantly repeat other people's posts. You know, the sort of thing. The latest one I'm deleting people for is, how long have we been friends? I'd like you to put, this isn't the exact, well, maybe I can find one on there now. That we can live delete someone today from my Facebook. I get sick to death of stupid people. Really thick people who've got nothing better to do than copy and paste stupid phrases. You know. I probably can't find one. I can't find one now. Let's have a quick look. Oh, what's this here from Alton? Ah, look at now. This is the sort of thing I absolutely agree with, from my friend Alton Andrews. Please do not forward the post. Facebook allows users to see who is visiting their profile. It's a scam. So be warned, if you send it to me, I will delete you, and I don't care who you are. I'm of that opinion too. Stupid posts that people copy and paste all the time, and they haven't checked it out. No, I can't find that one now. But basically, it was like, you know, I've got so many friends. If I've known you in the past, please put a little message under here to tell us how we met. And it's like word for word. And I see stuff like that. Bye-bye, unfriend. They don't have a brain to find anything out themselves. They just spend their entire lives copying and pasting crap. That's all they do. It's very depressing. And I class that as stupidity. Absolutely, stupidity. Hello to David Fryer. We've never seen you go live on a Saturday night before. That's a very good observation, David. Congratulations, darling. There is no prize for that observation. However, for a super chat, you could be receiving some of my tickets here, darling. Look at those. Free tickets tonight for the super chat. Huh? Hello to William Chisholm. Evening, William. Peter and Mark are having a row now. Come on, fight then. Go on, fight on the channel. I'll let you fight tonight. I'm not going to take sides. I'm not taking sides. They're going to fight on the channel. Just a second. Let me just scroll a bit here. I can't remember where I was now. Denise is laughing. You keep laughing, Denise. That's what it's all about. Laughing. Okay, Glenda's sent that picture again. I got it now, Glenda. Oh, we got loads of pictures. Oh, your first one's come as well now. Here we go. Oh, it's a picture of trees. Now, where's this? Let's have a look at these beautiful trees. I like trees. Ba-ba-ba. All right, is that going to work? Let's have a look there. Trees. Ba-ba. Yes, there we are. Glenda's trees. Look at those. Isn't that lovely? Now, where's that? There's no message with that, Glenda. It's just a picture of trees. Is that where you live? Oh, isn't it lovely? I do like a forest, Glenda. You know that, don't you? I love the forest. Oh, here we go. This is where my husband and I went today. RB Winter State Park. Isn't that stunning? Look at that. Love it. But you found some little walks there, didn't you? We were near a forest today, actually, and we didn't actually go in there because we were just looking at, when I was looking at houses around here. But beautiful. I love walking in forests. Looks like Steve Carter has sent in a couple of little pictures of his doggies as well. Let's do that one first. There you go. That's one of them. Oh, look. What's its name? I think you've sent them before, haven't you? Is that bronze? It says bronze. B-R-O-N-S. Bronze. And there's another one. One moment, please. Which is Peg Pug. Peg Pug. Peg Pug. Here's the other one. Oh, isn't it cute? Do Do you know, I'd rather go out with him than Gemma Collins, wouldn't you, on a date? Eh? That picture we saw of Mandy, it was a red and white summer dress. And the picture was taken a few weeks later. I'd come out of hospital after spending 3 months in there after a head injury. How did you do that, Mandy? As a little girl, that must have been awful. Well, awful for anyone to have a head injury. Some people I'd like to see with head injuries, to be honest. William's been away fishing. Only caught a paper bag. Do you remember all those? I think it was Tom and Jerry's. They used to go fishing. Was it Tom and Jerry? And they always catch an old boot or something like that, wouldn't you? Who's Robin Hood got a tea break on mixed mowers? I don't know who Robin Hood is. Who is Robin Hood? That's a mystery to me. I don't know who that is. George Bond. There's George Bond. Someone keeps reporting my YouTube account. What are they reporting you for, George? For doing what? Tell us what. That. Don't tell us anything. What are you being reported by the copyright people? What is your problem? Tell us what your problem is, and I will try and solve it for you live and exclusively on this show tonight. Don't get any better than that. There's an offer. Tell me exactly what your problem is and we'll try and work out what's going on. Is it something to do with the music? Because it wouldn't surprise me, and I've told you about that before. So let us know. William likes the background picture. Oh, it's not a picture. This is actually here. It's a backdrop. I don't do green screen. It actually exists. We've been giving some of the backdrops away recently. Yeah. Be another one in a couple of weeks. It was the balloons. You remember I had the balloons in here? I don't know if you remember, you had a backdrop with balloons on it. Gave that away. It was won by John Parrish in a Super Chat raffle. It's nice, isn't it? Share the stuff around like that. Hello, Andy V. Good evening, Andy V. Evening to you. Hello. Now, what's William saying there? 1 minute. Let's just scroll back up. He's got 5 little pugs. Have you really? They're such cute animals. We love pets, don't we? I'm a cat person. I like cats. I love cats. My nephew's got 2 cats. A black one, beautiful black cat called Rocky, and a little tabby called Bella, who, for some unexplained reason, over the last 2 visits to my nephews, has become extremely friendly with me, Bella the cat. And he lays there rather, stretched out like that, wanting to be stroked. Oh, it's lovely. I love cats. Love them. And then sometimes they go mad, don't they? They go mad. Oh, sorry. Gary, can you take the email address down? People can't see his sticker. What does he mean by that? Let's have a look. Can I take the... Perhaps you'd like me to move it somewhere else, would you, Gary? Shall I move it for you? How's that? Is that... Oh, hang on, that's me. Hang on, can we move that? There it is. Shall I move it there for you, Gary? Is that better? No, I've just moved something that I should never have moved, and I don't know what it was. Oh, what have I done now? It's your fault, idiot. No, I can't move it because I don't know where it's going to go to. There you go. All right, Gary. All right. Happy now? Gone. There you go. Sorry, Gary. Can you see that all right, everyone? Scrap It Man logo. The flowers might have to go soon, Gary. They're starting to smell a bit. It's the water in it. It goes off. Yeah, Jason's happy to correct me. It's manned, Chris. It's manned. Yeah, another one just looks for faults, doesn't he? Points things out that he's not happy with. Hello, Joe. Joe Woodrow is here. Joe, what's happened? Joe had a really good run on the bingo. Then it stopped. The bingo, she kept winning everything. And then it just stopped, didn't it? Huh? There's George. Has he answered yet, George? Oh, you badly fractured your skull, Mandy. Are you lucky to still be here? I've had a couple of those. You know what I mean? When I have an accident or some illness and later on you think, Christ, I'm still here. You know. George is a.k.a. Robin Hood due to his archery. Is that right? You do frighten me with that bow and arrow, George. Especially as you've got a house right behind you. It scares the life out of me, that bow and arrow of yours. I should have you standing outside my caravan, George, with that bow and arrow. You could protect me against evilness. Huh? Right, Daniel, I once took a friend dog for a walk, and I remember swimming back to the shore thinking I'd let go of the leash. Do be careful in that water, Daniel. Right, George, someone's reported me for copying your channel, Chris. Well, maybe not. Maybe someone didn't report you. It might be the algorithms, George. They got things looking for... I've told you about the music before, but you didn't listen. That music is... You've got to pay for that music, you see. I pay £10 a month for all my music here. You can't just use music from someone's channel, really. If it's copywritten stuff, it's probably the music and not my channel that's being copied, I would imagine. Have you got the email, or what is it, a message? An email from YouTube? If you shove it in the chat box, I'll have a quick look at it and we can perhaps see where the problem is. I actually don't have any problem with you copying my stuff, you know. I know how it is, George, all right? I know how it is, and that you want something to do, and I don't mind that. I honestly don't mind that. But there might be rules and regulations there that sort of I don't know. It's certainly not me reporting you, and I promise you that. I absolutely promise you. It's not me. So I don't know who it is, darling. All right? Chris, please check your phone. Now, this annoys me, Steve, to be honest. Right? Why are you sending me texts when you can just type in the chat box? Do you think it's going to come up quicker? Huh? Why is that? The text is for people who can't use the chat box. You've got to wait your turn, my love. That's how it is. Please check your phone. Well, why would I check my phone when you're right in there? Please explain that, please. Make a cup of tea while you're gone out. Please, pretty please, show Mark the video. What, Mark? What video? Make a cup of tea while you're gone out. Please, pretty please, Mark, show the video. Mark would like to see your coronavirus music video. Oh, what, the happy birthday one, you mean? We're not doing birthdays tonight, I'm afraid. The coronavirus happy birthday. He'll have to join us tomorrow night after the bingo. We can't just randomly throw in videos here, there and everywhere, dear. Where will it all be? Where will we be? You know, what do you want next? Wrestling? Boxing? Something like that? Huh? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy? There you go, Mark. That's my little happy birthday video, darling, that we use sometimes. No, I'm not going to take any more texts from you, Stephen. You're taking the mick, mate. If you can do the text, why would you do that? Because you think you can go jump the queue. Not going to happen. Not going to happen, Mr. Petty. Not for $1.99 or $2.99, dear. John Parrish does that. He don't get a response on here, so he starts texting in, thinking it's going to happen quicker. The text phone is for people who can't type there, dear. That's the whole idea of it. Especially for Maureen, actually, if you must know. Anyway, there's your little happy birthday video, as requested, all right? It really annoys me, that does. Please check your phone, because he hasn't had a response on here. Do you know what I mean? Oh, well. Joe Woodrove can only play on Sunday now. You never know. You might win again, Joe. You're up against the Petty family, though. You're up against the Petty family, my love. They're very good at that quiz as well. No one wins them. Daniel, okay. Oh, no, Andy, you're talking to Andy, all right? Mandy is very lucky. I have mild brain damage, but I'm alive, and that's the main thing. Yeah. Well, it's funny. It's funny, Mandy. I've not had an accident like that with my head, and yet I still do seem to have some sort of brain damage. As you well know. Huh? Evening to Roy Magic. Good evening. Roy Brownlow, that is, of course. Evening, Roy Brownlow. Welcome along to our little evening show. George, when it's only when I do the birthdays, I get copyright. Well, there you go then. It's because of the music you're playing. You can't use someone else's music, George. I told you that ages ago. I told you they'd pick you up for that, but you don't listen. No one listens. It's a complete myth that you can, even small amounts of music, like 10 seconds of music, people go, oh, we're allowed to use 10 seconds of music. And they say that not knowing sod all about anything. They've never checked it out. You can't use someone else's music without permission unless you're on a site like I use, Epidemic Sounds, which is where all those wonderful little tunes that I've got come from. That's what you got to do. Sorry, George, £10 a month. If you can't afford the £10 a month, don't use music. End of. End of. And that's how it is. That's why you're being picked up, because you're using copywritten music. I told you. I told you. Roy Stone says, evening friends, fans and him. Sorry, Roy, but what friends and fans have you got on here then? Is that like something you're telling us, something we don't know much about, that, are we? Have you got friends and fans on here, have you, Roy? Sorry. Is it something I've missed? Don't know, really. Mick sent some more pictures in, has he? There we are. Oh, Christ, how many have you sent in? Oh, don't take them, Mick. You can have one picture. Are you for real? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pictures? Jesus Christ. You see? You give an inch and they take a bleeding yard. I'm going to delete all of those, Mick. Send me in a picture, the one you want me to use. I'm not going to bother going through all those. Are you taking the mick? 5 pictures. 1 picture. Make your choice, send it back in, and I'll show it. The same as everyone else. See? You give them an inch, don't you? Do you know what I mean? Times I've done that in my life. Given people a little bit and then they take the bleeding piss, honestly. Denise would like to see a song and a dance from you. I can't really dance, Denise. Not really. No. Oh, it was funny the other night. Great niece Evie, right? So this song came on the telly. It was a ballad. I think it was Billy Ocean, Suddenly, actually. You know that one I like. And I said, do you want to dance, Evie? She said, yeah, let's dance. Okay. So I've got up. Remember the song, Suddenly, Billy Ocean. And she's going around like this. I said, that's not how you dance to this. Well, how do we do it then? I said, come here, put your arms around me. Then she went all shy. You know, like one of those dances, wasn't it? No, she's wandering around the living room like that. Incorrect here. Didn't want to dance with poor old Uncle Chris. No one wants to dance with Uncle Chris. Not even Mark Bowles. Well, I remember being at people's weddings and that, watching the bride and groom dance and thinking to myself, you're never going to have that. And I never did. Oh, don't even go on. Oh, it's never too late. Please don't even go down that road. It's never too late. Crap. Roy says, I thought I'd cured my addiction to Chris. Obviously a little slip-up. Well, don't let it be a slip-up. Just go, Roy. Be happy and go. That's all right, Stephen. Anytime, my friend. Play it again, Chris. Maybe they missed it. What, the video? The video there. Thanks, Peter. Peter's got a super chat in there. Thanks, Peter. There you go. Let's give you a couple of raffle tickets, Peter. for the cards and the pen. 379 and 380. All right. Oh, I just tore that. Peter Wright. There you go. Couple of tickets for you. 379 and 380 there, Peter. All right, mate. Thanks very much for those. Peter, I know I've asked you before, but obviously when we're doing sort of the when we're sort of doing the chat show in the morning, as you know, there's a lot to get through, and I do miss a lot of messages. It's just impossible to read out every single message. Even tonight, you know, at this point, people are waiting now because we're only so far. I will go right down this list and read out everything that that I can possibly read out, unless you're talking to each other sometimes. I've asked you before, do you is there something you're saving up for with all this overtime? Eh? Or what hobby? Do you have a hobby? I'm quite serious. Do you have a hobby? Could be anything, you know, collecting something. Electric. See, I had electric trains. I always said I'd have a big electric train layout, and I never did it. My funny enough, my nephew's wife said to me, "You could have." Oh, was it him or it might have been, who was it now? I think it was her. And I said, well, what would I do with 3 or 4 bedrooms? You know, why would you have a house for one person with 3 or 4? And she says, oh, you could have one for your train layout. And that pricked my ears up. I don't have a train layout. I've got one box of a train set that works, right? And I've got a few engines. The little carriages, they kind of fell apart over the years because I didn't look after them. But do you have a hobby, Peter? What do you do with your spare time? Maybe it's just computer games, you know. My nephew likes computer games and all that. Right, let's see if Mick Davenport has sent a picture in. Thank you, Mick. Oh, it's a fish. Hang on a minute. Let's turn this one into a joke, I think. Hang on a minute. There we go. Let's see if that works. Yes, it does. There you go. Look at that. Mick, is that Mandy's hand holding your face there, Mick? Is that you there? Disguised as a fish. It's a fat fish, isn't it, mate? Dear me. You're looking a bit scaly there, if you don't mind me saying so, Mick. That's a big old fish, isn't it? What would you do? Would you cook that, Mick, or do you have to put it back in the water? Huh? A lot of places you have to put them back in the water, don't you? I think. Thanks very much for that. That's a great picture, actually, Mick. Great picture there. Thank you very much for that. Roy Stone, I go to real bingo now. Proper prizes from Quarantine Queens. And what sort of prizes are they now, Roy? With your proper bingo, I'm sure you're really popular there. Do you annoy people as much at the bingo as you used to do on my channel with your boring chat? Do you? I mean, just wondered, you know. Just wondered. Are you just trying to say that to upset me at all, perhaps? We love our prizes here. Thanks very much, Roy. What Roy used to like to do is see my prizes, or sometimes see something I was selling, and then quickly go on eBay and see if he could find it cheaper on eBay, and then tell everyone. For some sort of reason, I don't know. Perhaps he felt he was trying to get one over on me, or what, I don't know. Look, Roy, we're still going here. Even though you haven't been in here, we're still chatting away together, having a little bit of fun without the disruptions from you. Eh? Mick must have had brain damage. I married Mandy. That's a load of crap anyway, Mick. I know that for a fact. You two love each other. You've got soulmates, and that's a wonderful thing, I think. Jason says, I wonder if it's going to be the long-awaited 4-hour show. Maybe it will, Jason. Maybe we'll go very late at night. I have to watch. I don't want to be too loud. I have to say, when I do talk quite loud into this. You know, the microphone is actually at 1. That's at 1 out of 10. And the lady next door to me is there today, so I need to watch my voice. Don't get too loud there. Oh, here we go. There you go. I knew it. Roy Stone Magic. I saw those water bottles, $1.99 in Decathlon. What's that? Is that a shop? What, these? Are you talking about these? $1.99 in Decathlon, yeah? Is that what you're talking about, love? Is it? Is it? Oh, why don't you buy one in there then? Why don't you buy one in there then? Instead of making such a big thing of it on here. Go online. Go on, off you go. Go online and see how much it is to make one of those. In fact, you'll find you can't. There's minimum amounts you have to spend, you see. Go on, off you go. Go and find out, Roy. Go and find out. It's been lovely here without you. It really has. And I mean that in a nasty way. I really do. Dave Holland, I like the Chris Reardon jingle you used to play at the start of the show back in 2008. The Live from the Mirrorball Studio one. Was it that one? Yeah, that's got a little bit of copywritten music, so we can't use that anymore. You know, I'm all legal beagle here now. All right. Oh, Peter Wright, that was a £2 super chat just to hate me, was it? Well, you hate me as much as you want, Peter. I tell you what, for 10 quid, you can hate me for a whole week. That's all I'm going to charge you. £10. By the way, gang, we are doing a timeout special now, okay? If you want to send someone out for a cup of tea, that's block them for 5 minutes so they can't message. It's only 2 quid, okay? This is not a service I introduced. You asked for it. I can't remember. It might have been Michael Pullman, actually, come up with that. For £2, you can time someone out for five minutes. Could be anyone at all. All right? For £10, you get to time them out for the entire show. They can't message anymore. So if you'd like to do that, super chats. But I must warn you, if you do that, if you time someone out for 5 minutes for £2, they will get 2 raffle tickets. If you time them out for a whole show for 10 super chats, they will get 10 raffle tickets. It goes to them and not you. All right. Someone says, why can't we do that for free? Because people will just take the mick again, won't it? There you go. There you go. See Mick. Now he thinks he's wound me up now. I see, look. That's why he's here, just to wind me up. Oh, Mandy, he doesn't seem to read my messages out anymore in the morning. Why do you think that would be, Mick? Because they're just stupid. The messages are stupid. That's why. It's just constantly trying to wind me up. That's why you don't get anything read out anymore. It's just how it is, isn't it? Really? George, it's only you're washing your hands, Chris. How can I get copyright for that? It can't be. No, it must be something else, George. Must be something else. Dancing on ice? No, thank you, Dave Holland. I can't think of anything worse. I've tried that. Dancing on ice, and it's not fun. It's really not fun at all. I tried it a couple of Christmases ago, and it's not my thing. It really is not my thing. I fall straight on my arse on the ice. Roy Stone, still whinging and moaning. Nothing changes. Nothing changes, Roy. Except I'm doing a daily television show. What do you do with your life? Little magic tricks, is it? That's really exciting. But thanks for the money. I did see a little super chat coming. I'll just wait till I get down to you before I play the jingle. Can you hang around that long? Force yourself. Go on, darling. What else have you got to do tonight? Nothing really, is there, really? No? Bake yourself a cake. Can you bake cakes like Mick Davenport can? No? Oh, well. Perhaps you can magic one up, you know. Get a little, I don't know, get an empty tin and do a little spell over it. Like that lady in Bewitched. Do you do that as well? Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Is that you? Have you got a nose like that girl in Bewitched? You're probably like the miserable old mother-in-law, aren't you? What was her name? The mother-in-law in Bewitched. You're probably like her, I would imagine. miserable all the time. Unless, of course, you're getting attention. Never say never, Chris. There you go. Dave Holland. I told you someone would come out with that. Never say never. William Chisholm. Some people only need their own company. There's an element of truth in that, William. There really is. Are you with someone? Are you on your own or whatever? Peter Wright's not going to waste his money on you, Mark. There you are. Toothpaste. Stop that, Mark. You are naughty. Look, Mick's getting all angry again. Bless him. Oh, bless. Remember, this show tonight is led by your messages. If you put something, if you don't want an answer to something, don't put it. All right? Just something new we're trying. Anyone else send any pictures in? Let's have a little look there. Danny Woodhouse. Now, Daniel, you've sent in 3 photos. 3 photos, dear. Which one do you want? Oh, I like that one. I've chosen one. I like this one. Just one at a time, for Christ's sake. Right, hang on. I've selected the photo required. Oh, hang on. What have I done? Okay, where have I put that now? Nope, that's not it. I know. Save link as. There we go. Let's replace that fish with that. Oh, yes. What a brilliant photo. You ready for this? Best photo of the night so far. Ding. Look. Yes. Love it. We like a train on tracks. Oh, look. On a cord. I bet that was February, was it? Was it February? Thank you very much for that, Danny Woodhouse. And Peter's sent in a picture. Right, Peter's picture. Let's shove that in there. Will that change on its own? There it goes. Oh, it's blooming around the other way, isn't it? See that when you send a picture to me portrait mode, that's how it ends up to me, and I have to muck around with the damn thing. Right, hang on a minute. Let's just muck around with that. How do I do this now? I've got to make it smaller, have I? Let's try turning it round. 90 degrees. Oh, that's not too bad, I suppose. Hang on. And it's just small and tiny. There we are. Is that working? Oh, you can see that now, can you? There you go. Transition. There you go. Peter's sent in. Look, he's got his stuff he's won there, actually. I think he bought a couple of things as well, if I remember rightly. Who's the sad bloke on the computer screen behind you, Peter? Please, please do your pictures the other way round properly, not bleeding portrait mode, because that's how they end up. All tiny and insignificant like that. A little bit like my career. Tiny and insignificant. Oh, dear. Oh, I'm just going to make my tea. I'll be back in a minute. Chat amongst yourselves for a second. Blasted kettle's got to boil again now. I think it must have boiled a while ago, and I didn't make the tea then, did I? Let's scroll down here. What type of fish? Oh, yeah, they want to know what type of fish that was. We don't really know what type of fish that was, do we? Mick Davenport. Right, super chat from Mr. Roy Stone. There you go, for £2, which means you get a couple of raffle tickets, Roy. And you'll be very pleased to know the prize this week, which no doubt you can find on eBay for 49 pence, is a packet of my wonderful playing cards. And one of these wonderful pens. That's the prize this week, all right, my darling? Mr. Clever Clocks. And I shall give you 2 raffle tickets, 381 and 382. You don't need to know the numbers of those, Mr. Stone. Roy Brownlow Stone Magic, or whatever his name is this week, for tax purposes probably. There you go. 381 and 382. In the little thing over here. Oh, you can't even see that today, can you? There you go. In here. These are the tickets this week so far. Can you see them? That's for those 2 items, and the draw for that will be on Thursday. I've just heard my kettle go. Would you like to see the happy birthday video? Okay. I've got nothing to show you. I could put a clock up, I suppose. We've got a clock now, haven't we? There it is. Where is it? We've got a clock now. Hang on. Where's my clock gone? Oh, it's disappeared again, has it? Oh, no, there it is. 1 minute. Where's the... There's the day's date. And there you go. There's a little clock there. There you go. Would you like to look at the clock for a little while I make my tea? Just have a little look at the clock. It's a very exciting clock, isn't it? Do you think so? I like my new clock. Look at that. Back in a moment. Thank you so much. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Right, that's stewing now. I'm using tea bags tonight. Tea bags. Oh, yes. Talk about scrape the barrel. Usually I make a nice pot of tea. It's tea bags tonight. Daniel, I've just emailed you 3... I've got the photos there, yes. Only 1 photo per person. People are taking the mick tonight, Daniel. I'm only going to choose 1 photo if you send more than 1, darling. If you want to send another one now, then that's okay. If you want to send another photo now, it's okay. But it's asking a little bit much to show so many. Now, Roy Brownlow has just sent a photo. That's up the other way as well now, isn't it? 1 minute. Let me just transform that to the other way. Oh, you're over there, aren't you? Sorry. Are you still looking at the clock? Just a moment. Bye-bye, clock. You can have another look at that in a moment. Here we are. Roy. Let's just get this picture up from Roy. Is that the right way round? Here we go. There it is there. What is that then? What is that supposed to be? Is it like the light coming through a... here we go. Chris took this picture yesterday at Whitby Abbey yesterday. Do you see Dracula face in the glare from the sun? Didn't see it till I looked on camera. I may be able to make that a bit bigger. Hang on a minute. Let's try and make that bigger for you. All right, I can just pull that out a bit. Dracula's face. Right, there you go. Coming out of the right-hand side. That's you, isn't it? That looks like you. That's a reflection of you, isn't it? Dracula's face. Well, have you ever thought of being sort of, you know, on a monster movie as something like that? I mean, you wouldn't need much makeup, really, would you, Roy? When you think about it. Do you find that kids and people and women run screaming whenever they see you coming round the corner? Mum, it's the monster! He's even got the audacity to copyright his little Instamatic film. He's copywritten it. Don't show that, George. He'd be straight onto the YouTube head. My nephew's head of YouTube. Did you know that? Gary Butler. Thank you for the picture there. I'm sure that's the problem, Denise, with George's stuff there. I'm sure it is. It's common carp, apparently, Denise. Common carp. I'm not quite sure what that is, common carp. It's just like a large goldfish to me. Dave Holland likes the ITV. Do you like the clock? I don't know if I've got a bigger... I might have a... Oh, I've got a bigger version of the clock. Can I do a bigger version? Would you like to see a large version of the clock? Let me see if I can do that for you. Clock. Oh, no, that already exists, apparently. Oh, where does that exist, then? Clock. Where's clock? No, it doesn't. Large clock. I could put that on, couldn't I, while I go for a wee or something in future? Let's see if I can do this. How am I going to do this? Could be that one. I bet it is. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, we can have a nice big clock now. Shall we have a nice big clock? Yeah. Oh, I'm going to play with something now. Hang on a minute. No, not that. Can we get that there? Let's try something. Image. We've got a flag. Yes, we have a flag. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. Image 6. Right, just a minute now. Talk amongst yourselves. This is quite fun playing around like this tonight, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'm very pleased with that. Hang on a minute. Oh, you're going to love this. If you like the old clocks on the telly years ago, then I think you're going to like what I'm about to do here. What colour background would you like? Let's see. We've got red, white and blue. That's green. I would imagine... I think we'll have yellow. Let's see if we can get a yellow back. You're going to love this. You will absolutely love this. Right, 1 minute. Let's make that bigger. Make that smaller. Make that bigger. Isn't it clever what we can do these days? With all this, just all this stuff. You know what I mean? Oh, come on, yes. Is that in the middle? That's in the middle. Does that look like it's in the middle to you? Yes, it does, Chris. Or maybe I can make it in the middle. Move up, down. Oh, does that look like it's in the middle? No, it doesn't. Oh. Talk amongst yourselves, darlings. Right, so that works. Now, can I give that a background colour or not? No, that won't work. Don't know if I can give that a background colour. I'd like a background colour rather than just black. You know what I mean? How do I do that? Image. How will I give something a background colour? Colour source. What's that colour source? Create new colour source. Okay. Oh, yes. Yes. That was clever, Chris. Oh, I'm going to be very pleased with this. Oh, yes. 1 minute. Now, does that work? Right, bring to front. Is that going to work? Right, hang on a minute. Just a minute now. Transform fit to screen. Yep. Let's bring that to front. No, that don't work. Move up. Move up. No, that don't work. Oh, maybe not. How disappointing. Order. Move to top. No. Have I moved that to top? Where's that gone? Large clock. Colour source. Okay. Yes. 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 I've done it. Ready? Yes. How fabulous is that? How fantastic is that? Look what I've done. Do we need anything else there, girls? Denise, do we need anything else on there, girl? What do you reckon? I'm loving the yellow. I like yellow, don't you? Now, if I want to go and have a wee, I can just put that on. Back in a moment. With music. Oh, yes, with music. Oh, there you go. Especially for Dave Holland. We got our own clock now, as created live on this show tonight. You love it, don't you? Eh? Roy, where's my 2 raffle tickets? Are you blind or what? Didn't you see them? Didn't you see them? Or are you just a little bit impatient, Roy? You can see someone about that. There are people to help people like you, you know. You know, people are a bit impatient, come on chat boxes and want all the attention all the time. That's why I sit here. I like the attention. Why don't you do something? Perhaps set up your own little YouTube channel. You could do magic tricks, couldn't you? I'll even let you advertise it on here because I'm that sort of person, you know. I don't worry too much about disruptors. Certainly during the weekday, you'd just be completely ignored if you're a disruptor. Completely ignored. But you don't like that though, do you? Upsets you, doesn't it? Like you spend most of your time trying to upset me here. Is it like one of those things? What is it called now? You know, like when you get like a criminal and a policeman or a detective and they're interviewing her and one's trying to get one over on the other. Is that what it is to you? Just trying to take over the chat box and get one over on me? Is that what it is? If you say so, Roy. Now, it's not the countdown. Well, I've told you what Georgia is. I've told you. I think it's extremely likely that it's the music that you're using. That's why. That's why. Now, what's Jason done that's unprofessional tonight? Don't say Mick and Jason are rowing. That's a turn up for the books, isn't it? Eh? There's no refunds on here. It's like when you go into Mrs. Patel's who runs the post office down in Bracknell. You know, once you've left that counter, that's it, mate. I would recommend if you want a refund, don't send your cash in the first place, mate. There we are. There you go. Ah, what's that? £5 from Weird City Citizen. You are naughty tonight. Thank you, darling. There you go. £5 from Weird City. You don't even want a raffle ticket. It's very nice of you, Weird City. Do you want to donate them to someone else? You're entitled to 5 free raffle tickets. You don't have to have them, but maybe... Why don't you get people to beg you? That's what they've got to do, Weird City. Well, it's up to you what you want to do. What you want to do. You could get people perhaps to beg you for the raffle tickets, right? Literally beg you for the raffle tickets. Or you could get them... You could set them a task, not a tusk. A task. You could set them a task, couldn't you? Eh? That's it, Denise. Good cop, bad cop. You know, when they're standing there over the table. That's what old Roy Brownlow likes to do. What he does is he goes on here and tries to turn everyone against you, like a head mess. I don't usually use the word mess. Like a head mess. That's what he does on there. He kind of, and I've had this in a pub before doing karaoke nights when someone comes in and they take a dislike to you. So they go around and try and turn the whole pub in against you. And then they go, the last thing they do, you know, because like your husband, I've seen it all before. You know, your husband will know every single trick in the book when it comes to radio and listeners. They try and get one over you. You hear the people on LBC. I mean, they're not all good at it, but some of them. Nick Abbott's very good at it, of course. Clive Ball. They're good at picking up from a caller before they've even made some swear comment or something like that. They will pick it up before they do it and cut them off before they can even do it. And the other ones who aren't particularly good at it have got a delay on there anyway. And Alton's seen it all, and so have I. You see, you get someone comes in a pub, they take a dislike to you, they go around the whole pub, and try and turn the audience against you. It never works because they're usually on your side. And then the last thing they do is go and tell the manager and make a complaint about you, at which point the manager will probably know you quite well if you've been there a while. Like all the people I've worked with over the years know me like the back of their hands. And they will know when you go up to the manager and tell them, your DJ's just been really rude to me. He told me to F off out of the pub. That manager will know that that's a blatant lie and then kick them out, which is always great fun. Rudeness. You know, if you want a little bit of attention, go and do your own thing, and that's it. The yellow background is blinding, is it? Well, that's because you've got a very good television, Dennis. She's got very good... Is it a bit too much, the yellow? What do you think, gang? I love that. I absolutely... Let's say a new clock. Never had a clock before. Look at that. We can do all sorts of things to this. It's very clever, all this business. Really is. What shall I do? What do you want me to do to it? Do you want me to do anything to that, eh? Have a little think. I can put text up there, anything really. Gone for a wee? Gone for a wee, back soon. Something like that. Eh? I don't know. You don't need the clock. I've ordered one today. Thank you. Thank you, Peter. I'm glad you're enjoying it tonight. It's all a bit of a laugh. Remember that. It's all a bit of a laugh. We're just here to have a laugh. Usually at my expense. Hello to Michael Lawrence just joining us there. Hello, Michael. Roy gets lots of attention. RoyStoneMagic.com. Thanks. I'm so pleased about that, Roy. Really am. It's made my night. Daniel, can't find the Pritt Stick bus. You what? What are you going on about, that? Can't find the Pritt Stick bus. So I'll have to look it on the 1967 stock rail tour at Barron's Court. What are you going on about, a Pritt Stick bus? What's that then? Gary wants to know where his tickets are. What tickets? Don't see you. Have you sent me a super chat, Gary? You better not have. No, thank God for... Oh, Christ. Gary, don't send me super chats. That's embarrassing from my own nephew. No. I'll have to give you tickets because you've sent them that. Please don't send me money. Gary Butler. Told you about that before. It was worth staying up tonight. All that cash coming in, even from people that don't like me. 383 and 384. There you go, love. All right. 383 and 384. As I've always said before, you know, if you don't want an answer back to some of your comments, don't write the comment in the first place because you'll get one every time and you might not always like it. Right. Why aren't the tea breaks being followed through? What tea breaks? Has someone sent a tea break out? Who sent a tea break out? £2 to send Scrap It Man out for a tea. Oh, is that right, Gary? Oh, so... Oh, there we are. I've missed those. Thanks for pointing them out. But why do you put the little angry faces? Have you got some sort of mental disability, Mick, that you need to put little angry faces all the time? Is that what it is? Is it like a mental thing? There are people that can help you, you know. Some of them you don't even have to go round there anymore. They can do it all by video call. Would you like me to make inquiries for you? Little anger management course. Why do you get so angry? Why is that? Why do you get so angry? So we're just timing out a couple of people now. Sorry to not have noticed those a moment ago, boys and girls. But Magic Man, oh, Bubba Roy. Roy's going for a little cup of tea for 5 minutes. And when Roy comes back, I'll be sending Scrap It Man out for a cup of tea. But he's got to come back first. And the reason is I should have noticed that before. But I got hoodwinked into doing something else, I think. There we are. Okay. Little Jason. Pay attention to the chat box quiz. Ha 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 ha. Christ. I look at some of you on here and I think, what life do you have? Just sitting there on chat boxes all night long, all day long. I mean, what do you do with your lives? It's really sad. Must be a little group you can join. I don't know, knitting or something like that. Makeup. What about makeup? There's a couple of young gay lads on the YouTube. You know, they do little makeup channels. Just imagine if you could transform yourself into someone good-looking, Mick. Just imagine the money you'd make on YouTube. Be fantastic, wouldn't it? Sent another picture in from Peter Wright. What's this one of, Peter? Oh, we got some more pictures there. Look at this. Some more pictures coming in there. He's sent another picture in. Oh, he's included my hat in this one as well. He's included my little hat, haven't you, my love? There we are. Where is it now? What are we replacing? Roy Brownlow's one. Good. It's always great to replace anything from Roy Brownlow. There we are. Oh, that's quite a good picture, that one. Let's just rescale that for you. There you go. There you go. Look at all that stuff Peter's... a couple of things I think he bought. He purchased. And other stuff he's won there. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Peter. Is Roy back yet? Because when Roy comes back, I've got to time out Gary. Sorry, Gary. I know you're my nephew and that, but someone's paid. You know, it's like that T-shirt you wore once. Do you remember that T-shirt you wore, Gary, once? Do you remember that? I'm not gay, but £10 is £10. Well, you know, I don't not love you, Gary, as my nephew, right? But £2 is £2. Sorry. It's just how it is. Can I make my cup of tea? I'll be back in a minute. I'll just leave you with this clock. I'll just leave you with this clock and a little music while I have a cup of tea and a little wee. Now, what shall we have? Let's have the classical one. I like that. Where is it now? Refined Enlightenment. You'll like this. Have a little listen to this and I'll be back in a couple of minutes' time, all right? All right. Back now. I like that clock. Mick says it's too bright. He's got his sunglasses on. Oh, dear. Lovely. William's off now. Good night, William. Nice to see you, sir. Lovely to see you. All right. Lovely to see you, William. Where did we get to? I can't remember where we've got to on the messages now. Peter, can you send yourself a tea break? Well, I just have, darling. I've got my tea now. I've got my tea. And I've got McVitie's ginger digestive biscuits. What a shame you're not there for me to share them with. Which my nephew bought me. Oh, is it time to time him out? Is Roy back yet? He probably won't come back now. He's tried to get one over on me, and it usually, as always, has failed, unfortunately. If only it was a bit nicer and didn't make stupid comments, I'd be nice to him. But there you go. I will answer people exactly as they are to me. That's how to deal with it, dear. I don't think I'd like to do this in the morning. You know, I quite like what we got going in the morning. I like that sort of thing. It's not really going anywhere. The numbers never go up. You know, don't really get any new ones, people do we really? Never mind, eh? So these are ginger, but they're a bit small, aren't they? Look how small they are in comparison to a normal, or what digestive biscuits used to be, McVitie's. So now they say they're gingerbread. There is no smell whatsoever of ginger on this. Hang on. Right. I'll let you know when I can taste the ginger. No taste of ginger yet. I'm not tasting any ginger at all in it. Oh, hang on. There is a very, very slight hint of ginger now. It's really slight. Can barely taste that at all. Oh, nice. Again, no taste. I don't know why they... There's hardly any taste of ginger in that whatsoever. There's a really very, very slight taste. So I would try those. See if you can get yourself a packet of those. They've got a Christmas pudding flavoured one as well, but I don't like Christmas pudding, so I don't think I like that one. All right. You're the diva here, Chris. Mick's on the We Love Chris Reardon group. Why? What are you doing on there, Mick? Daniel wants to take up knitting, do you? Can I pay £500 to send everyone a tea break? Yes, you can. You can send every single person on here for a tea break. I'll tell you what, £500, I'll send them all on a tea break for the whole week. Waiting. £500 I will send everyone on this chat box for a tea break for a whole week, including young Mark Bowles. What would you like to do, darling? Let me know. Oh, wow, a whole week. No stupid comments. No one trying to be clever. I quite like the sound of that. I'm always surprised. No one ever says, oh, well, you won't have any viewers left. I've sat here and spoken to myself for years. It's not going to make any difference to me, really. Don't care. Don't care if you think I speak eat noisily either. We're waiting for that one to come up. Oh, don't he eat noisy? Why doesn't he close his lips when he speaks? Do what I like. I might have another biscuit later. Mark Burrows thinks the clock's too bright. I like that. That's what we like. Bright colours, Mark. You don't want to live in a grey, depressing world like a lot of the people do on this channel, my love. You've got to be happy. Hello to Gizmo in Guildford. Hello, Gizmo. All right, darling. I'm still not back home yet. I'm still up here, creating mayhem in Lincolnshire, where I'm a huge international star, as you know. Right. Oh, there's Roy Stone is back there now. Okay, Roy Stone's back now, so I have to send my nephew out for a 5-minute tea break. Sorry about that, Gary, but £2 is £2. There he goes. £2 is £2. Sorry, Gary. Oh, look, Roy, it comes a little funny from Roy. Get ready, everyone, to laugh. You ready? You ready? Oh, I've been trying for 5 minutes to send £100 super chat, but was timed out. Oh, well, I won't bother then. Have I said hello to you, Mark Burrows? I'll say it again. Hello, Mark Burrows. Gizmo says, me and my boyfriend say hi to you, and hi to you, Gizmo. What's your boyfriend's name then? What's the boyfriend's name? Ginger lives matter. No, they don't. Sorry, Mick, I have to disagree with you. Oh, dear. Shania's gone, isn't she? Where's Shania gone to? Can I have a ginger biscuit, says Roy Stone. Yeah, of course you can. I'll send you one. 25 quid, mate. 25 quid. And for that, I'll even wrap it, just one. I'll even wrap it in a little bit of that silver aluminium foil that you can easily cut your fingers on. Or, if you're watching in America, aluminum. They can't even say it right, can they? What's all that about? You're very good friends of ours, America. Thank you so much for your help in the war. But why can't you say aluminium? Too difficult for them to say. Aluminum. Please do me a favour. You can have one of these, Roy. 25 quid. I'll put it in the post and it'll have a little bit of foil around it. And I promise I won't put any poison in it. None at all. Not even a small amount. I shouldn't be eating these before bed. I'll have to have anti-acid medicine now. I get the most dreadful acid reflux after these. Right, let's have a look down here. Mark Bowles, quite a sharp tongue, Chris. Your collar needs erecting a bit more. Oh, sorry. Look quite shung. Look quite sharp tonight, Chris, I think it should say. Get your collar needs erecting a bit more, does it? Sorry. Is that better? I do try to make myself look reasonable for you on this worldwide famous show. Look, Jason thinks he's a producer now, look. Thinks he's a producer. A lot of people on there think they're producers. Oh, you've got 20 likes now. Can we see the pictures? Oh, back in 2007 you said... I mean, how sad is that? George Bonds, how many moderators have you got, George? Have you got loads of moderators then? Have you got loads? Huh? Who's going to be daft enough to send £500? Someone who's got loads of money, Daniel. So it wouldn't be you, would it, darling? What job do you do, Daniel? What sort of job do you do? Do you work, Daniel? Or you've got an excuse why you don't work, have you? You will win on the bingo, Chris. I shall never win anything, my love. That's all right. I soldier on through life. I'm like those boats, you know, the really slow ones that try and get somewhere, and eventually I might get there. I'm not one of the RAF jets that scramble over Coningsby here. Oh, Mark Bowles is going on a whole day drinking sesh. Oh, does that mean you get a little bit drunk and out of control, Mark? Do you get a little bit aggressive? Do you? I like the sound of that. What mic are you using? I'm looking for one for YouTube. This is a Behringer B2 Pro, and it's about 12 years old. There you go. There it is, in all its glory. Doesn't that look wonderful? Eh? What's likely to happen now is that someone will say, oh, there's a piece of dust on your mic. Oh, that mic looks dirty. All very sad, really. My boyfriend called Kate. Kate, Kaite. He want to be a girl like me, does he now? That's nice for you. Is he going to have a little operation, is he? I wonder what they do with them when they cut them off. Do they get sent to other people who want to be boys? Funny, isn't it, really? You don't think about these things, do you? You know, when boys go in for an operation to be girls, what do they do with it? Does it get given to a girl who wants to become a boy? And if so, don't they have rejection problems? Do they have to take pills for the rest of their lives? Oh, yeah, I don't know how it works. Who's this here? Hello to Nathan Lane, #1 fan. Hello, Nathan Lane, MTB. Greetings. Daniel, what about autistic people like me? Lives matter. Well, don't all lives matter, rather than one small group of people? Shania's had enough of you an hour ago. She was looking for a fiver. Oh, the same old joke, time and time again. Do you have any new material? Does anyone have any new material on here except me? Eh? I don't know. Good night, lovely Denise. So I say good night, Denise. See you in the morning. Good night, Denise. I can see you yawning. Good night, lovely lady. Good night, Denise. Fran's off as well now. Are we all getting tired now, are you, my loves? All getting tired. Daniel sells bingo books. That's his job there. You chat as much as you want, Gizmo, my love. Feel free to chat to other people here as well. They like to chat. Peter says, what do you think of the Saturday night show? Is it working? It might be working for you. I don't know about that, really. Don't know. No, I don't know. I mean, just sitting here reading out messages and commenting on them. I'll always try and answer you back in the same sort of tone that you speak to me, you see. That's the thing. I will. Whereas in the morning, I kind of keep my mouth shut and just get on with the show. But like I say, you know, if you want you talk to me in a certain way, I will talk to you back in the same way, just as I do to people. You can meet some really stupid, thick people, I'll tell you, in life. Rude people. I don't know how... I really feel sorry for some of these people that work in retail and restaurants. And when I've seen the way some people talk to them, and they're all on crap money, it's just awful, people. I know quite a few people that work in decent restaurants. Now, when I say decent restaurants, I mean, most restaurants are decent, McDonald's is a decent restaurant. That's probably the incorrect word to use. I know people that work in posh restaurants, right? And they were telling me when we had Rishi, go Rishi, we like Rishi. I like Rishi. Do you like Rishi? I like Rishi. You fools. Do you really think we're going to get all this money being given out left, right and centre and it's not going to have to be paid back? People amaze me how thick they are. All this money old Rishi's been given out, it's got to all come back at some point. Maybe not tomorrow, but it'll have to get it back, otherwise we won't have any money left, will we? Got to come back at some point. So that's when you start hating him, isn't it? You love him when he's giving the money out, and then you hate him when he's trying to take it back again. But the difference is, it'll be like a couple of pence here and there, but you still moan. Oh, the price of my pint has gone up 3 pence. I can't cope. It's going to cost me an extra 10 pence a night when I'm in the pub. Except a lot of people don't go into pubs anymore, do they? We're going to lose an awful lot of pubs, I tell you. An awful lot of pubs. The ladies are off now. What do you mean early start in the morning to do the housework? How dare you? I bet they do more than you, Jason, in your little banger cars. Bang, bang, bang. I do like a good bang myself. Mark might end up chucking someone out of the pub window if they get booby. Bobby. What's Bobby? What is Bobby? I don't know what that is. Oh, thanks for the likes tonight. 20 likes. That's not bad, is it, this evening? How long have we been here? My God. Well, I thought the time in the morning went quickly. How is it even 20 past 11? Wow, that is amazing. I had no idea. I know I've got a clock in front of me, but you know, you just look at the clock. You don't really look at the time. I had no idea it was 20 past 11. I must keep my voice down just in case my neighbours there. I don't want to upset anyone. Where are we now? Peter Wright. They cut them off and send them to Chris as a prize for the bingo. Should we give that away tomorrow? I haven't got any here actually. Oh, Mark, you won't be able to put that one up there, I'm afraid, Mark. Sorry, mate. We do have a little line there. George has got 20 moderators. Why? Why have you got all those moderators? You wait till two of them row with each other. Then you've got problems. I've got like 4 moderators. That's it. 4 moderators. And sometimes when there's a little bit of a row going, where's the moderators? Where's the moderators? And you know, anyone who says, where's the moderators, or I want to be a moderator, is probably not the right person for the job. That's a fact. Because they'll have a row with someone and they'll unpermission them, or whatever the word is, because because they dislike them. No, that is not the job of a moderator. Let's just scroll down here. What would you do if you bumped into one of your many fans, Chris? Pretend it wasn't me, probably. It's more moderators than listeners, George. Is that right? Gizmo, are we all love... sorry, darling, can you put that again? I can't work out what you're saying there. It might be a predictive text thing, my love. Oh, look at Jason crawling now. You're looking very splendid tonight. Jason and I always look splendid, sunshine. So you don't know me in real life, do you? Jeff, next. I don't know if Jeff... Has Jeff gone now? He might have gone to bed. Jeff goes to bed early, him and his missus there. Jeff knows me personally. He knows. If you want to know anything about me, ask Jeff. Gizmo, your mum's got a pub, has she really? Oh, wow. Where is that one? Is that in Guildford? Or is that somewhere else? I didn't know that, darling. That's an interesting thing to know. How is she doing at the moment? How is your mum doing at the moment? Is business? Are you closed or what? If she is and she's having a hard time with the pubs, I'm sorry about that. It's the same for everyone, isn't it? Oh, look, it's Philip Hutchinson. Hello. Found the last hour on here very educational, which taught me a lesson. Sent a pic. Oh, let's see what he's sent. Have we got any more pictures come in? I haven't looked for a while, have I? Oh, it's Steve. No, it's not. Oh, it's Dee Andrews. She sent a picture in from Alton. Now, what's this? Are you still with us, Denise? I've just noticed this. It's a picture of a floor. Is it a floor? Hang on a minute. Let's replace that picture. See if I can bring that up there. Where's those pictures? There we are. What? I don't know what that... What is... Thank you, Denise. There's a picture of a floor there. I'm not quite sure if there's a story next to that. That's all I've got from you, Denise, if you're still with us, darling. All right, my love. And Mick Davenport sent in a picture of his granddad and brother. I think it was there. One moment. Let's do that as well. There you go. Was that granddad and brother? Let me just double check that for you. Mandy's granddad and brother there. Look at those lovely. He looks very tall, doesn't he, there? Look how tall he is. Was he about 6 foot tall there, Mandy? Wow. Thank you, darling. Steve Carts has sent in a picture of, I think, the red arrows there. It looks like the red arrows. Hang on. Let's get all these pictures up now while we're still here. I think we'll disappear in a minute. Oh, yes. Look at that. The red arrows. Mm. Is that my friend, Titty LeCamp? Hello, darling. All right, my love. Be with you in a minute, Titty. Just a second, darling. I'm just doing some pictures that people have kindly sent in tonight. Thanks for your pictures. Sorry, it's a bit slow coming up there. And Dave Holland sent in a picture of his hotel room. He was in Fleetwood for 5 days back in August. That's not a bad view from a hotel room, actually, is it? Come on, where are you? It's not there. Why hasn't that worked? 1 minute, let's try it again. Let's try that again. Well, I've put it in the wrong place, probably. There it is. Let's put it there. There you go. That's his hotel room. That's not a bad view from a hotel room, is it, eh? That's good, that. Thanks so much for your pictures there. Oh, the picture's shown there. And one from Stephen Petty as well. Thank you, Stephen. That's a horrible picture. I'm not putting that up to here. That'll be copywritten, that one, darling. We can't put that up. Someone in a bleeding... What's that called? One of those men's all-in-ones thing. Dreadful. Dreadful. And, oh, Philip Hutchinson sent in one as well. What's this? He went to a fancy dress in 1973. It looks like one of your costumes, darling. Hang on a minute. What is this he's sent in there? Look. Oh, it's wrong way round, isn't it? What do I do with that? Hang on a minute. Let's just try and turn it round for you. 90 degrees. That'll do us. There you go. There's that. Very good. Who was that from again? That's from Sniper 18's Philip Hutchinson. Thank you, Philip. Oh, how funny. I love it. Thanks very much. Where are you now? Where did we get to on that? Daniel Wood, he's gone to bed now. Has he really? All right. That was from Dave Holland, that picture of Fleetwood there. Thanks very much for that, Dave. Hello to Paulie H. Hello to you. Hello to you. All right. I need to watch how loud I'm speaking, actually, because I really don't want to wake the neighbours up. Titty LeCamp, there he is, belatingly joined. Hello to Titty LeCamp is a drag queen who I've worked with for years and years. Not recently, because Well, there's obviously nothing going on at the moment, but I I haven't worked in a pub since March, Titty. I'm very fortunate. I was careful all these years with my money, and we all got good money with Jimmy and that Black Cap, and then through to the two brewers and so on and so forth. So I'm okay. I'm kind of, I don't know if I'm kind of forced retired, if you see what I mean. Forced retired. I wasn't ready to stop, not really, although I could have done, but I wasn't ready. But I've got this far so far. What are we now? March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. 8 months I haven't worked, and it's not like I'm struggling. I can't lie to you, but I'm one of the lucky ones because I was always a bit careful with my cash and what have you. What about you, Titty? Are you still working in the post office? Titty LeCamp, as I say, is a very popular drag queen. And she won a drag competition at the Black Cap years ago, and I was pushing the buttons for her. And that launched her career, and she's done very well, work-wise, over the years. She does parodies, She'll come to a venue with God knows how many costumes, struggles in with all these costumes, and then does numbers on the stage to backing tracks. She does a bit of live as well. And we've never really had a row. Never had a row. Never. I think she treats the job as a bit of a laugh, the same as I always did. Mandy, that picture from Mandy, so we're both 6'2", were they? What about you, Richard Titty? Are you doing okay there? In the post office and what? This is not the usual show I do. I've just literally opened up a mic, turned a camera on, and I thought I'd just go from the text box today, which is what we've been doing. It's kind of worked. It's funny, it's about the same amount of people watching as normally do during the morning. I think some people are a little bit shocked at how sharp my tongue is sometimes on here. But as I say, I will speak to people in the same sort of comments as they speak to me. If people are nice, I'll be nice back. I won't let anyone get one over on me, because that's a lot of the people on here some of the people on here try and do occasionally. Gizmo is an electrician. Okay, works in my mum pub. Not for me, but got to help my mum out. Good on you. Always look after your mum, because when she's gone, God knows you'll miss her like I miss mine. Just coming up to my mum's 20-year anniversary next month. 20 years ago, this next month she's died. Can't believe it. Good night, Steve. Good night to you, Steve. I'm glad you enjoyed it tonight. I'm not sure how it's gone, to be honest. Often, and Titty, I tell you this, you've got to... I don't know about you, Titty, but I am my own worst critic. I think I've discussed this with you before. I've never thought I was particularly good at anything. Seriously. Really. And someone outside of the box has to tell you. Do you see what I mean? Not someone watching or someone listening. Someone completely outside of the box. Oh, I've still got that picture up there, haven't I? You silly bastard. Oh, 1 minute. There you go. That's better. Do you want the picture back on? How long was that picture up there for? Oh, well, never mind. It looks better than me anyway, doesn't it? Yeah, Titty's not doing the drag either, and is loving it. Do I miss DJing? Titty, no, I don't. I don't miss DJing. And it's funny I say that. I don't know if you knew Norman Scott. He was like one of the very first gay DJs, and he died just a few weeks ago, actually. He was a very good friend of Ray Reynolds, who I know you know. And I asked him that once, do you ever miss he stopped DJing years ago. Do you miss the DJing? And he said, no, you don't. And you don't. That's not to say we didn't have a fantastic time, because we did, didn't we, Rich? Didn't we have a fantastic time? Especially at the Black Cat. How much fun did we have there? Would I go back to it? If I could turn the clock back and go back to what we had then, absolutely yes. Back now, as it is now, no. Completely different world. And people don't appreciate stuff that's going on the stage. I saw this happening while I was doing the DJing. People became more and more ungrateful. Ungrateful of whatever was going on in the stage in front of them. You know, rude, really. People were rude. No, I've had 3 biscuits. I'm not going to have another biscuit. I've had 3 digestive biscuits. That's enough now. That's enough now. Good night to Steve tonight. Gizmo loves drag. Yeah, a couple of people asked me to do drag, and I nearly did. You remember some months ago, it was suggested that I do another karaoke night at Central Station on a Saturday, so Friday and Saturday, because to be honest, and you'll know this, Richard, if you're still with us. I don't know if you're still with us, but the drag really wasn't bringing anyone in. I think Miss Jason did. That was about it. That's about it. People just weren't coming in, so they're thinking of doing another karaoke. And I thought, well, I don't want to do 2 karaokes the same Friday and Saturday. And I thought I might try and do one in drag. But I've never done that before. I wouldn't know where to start. You know, what do you do? Go in Marks and Spencer's and say, can I try that on, please? Or maybe that's what you do. And make up or nothing like that. It's not really ever been my thing, but I was willing to give it a go just to see what happened. But I don't know. Mark loves being in drag. Do you, Mark? Oh, that's disappointed me, Mark. I thought you was a real man, darling. Really? Gizmo's 27, are you, my love? Okay. Your dad died of cancer, did they, Gizmo? Sorry to hear that. When he was 18, oh Christ, that's ages, isn't it? A long time ago. Oh dear. I'm just going to scroll a little bit along there. Do you miss doing karaoke? It depends. There's lots of parts to a karaoke. The journey there through the Euston traffic, no, I don't miss that at all. Some of the hassle you get through doing such things, no, not at all either. You do get hassle doing karaoke. Not from everyone. Not from people like Paul Dow, who I've just seen appeared there. Hello, Paul. Hello, Paul. All right, darling. All right, Paul. But some people are just so... I want to sing now. I want to sing now. No, you wait your turn. I put my... And it's all a bit like that. Paul don't do that. Most people don't. You know, they put their song in and they're quite happy to just sit there and wait their turn. Other people are a bleeding nightmare, an absolute nightmare. You know. And I don't miss that side of it. Actually standing up there on stage with people that can sing, yeah, I do miss that a little bit. Could I do without it? Yeah, I could do without it. No problem. That's fine. If I couldn't go back to it now because it never comes back again, that would be okay. I think probably I would miss my DJing that I was doing in the 90s more than I miss my karaoke. Yeah. But like I say, you can't go back to the 1990s to be a DJ now. Well, one thing, all the music's different, okay? And another thing, the crowd are very different. When I was DJing, people would dance all night long, wave their hands in the air, get a bit drunk. Now they spend their entire night taking pictures of themselves. Not other people, themselves. It's flash. Oh, it's just like selfies all night long. And I think it's killed it stone dead. Absolutely killed it stone dead. How long was that picture up there? I don't know how long that was. There you go. Paulie H. I agree. Times have changed. Take me back to the 80s there, you see. No, I'd want to go back to the 90s, not the 80s. Gizmo does DJing on YouTube. Or watch a YouTube channel. You can put it up there for other people to see. Good night, Peter. Good night to you. Roy Stone, DJ'd in the 80s and 90s, stopped in 2005. Really, I think actually, Roy, that's probably when I should have stopped, around 2005. I kind of hung on. Do you know what I mean? But I'd lost interest in the music. I think also I'd got the wrong jobs. I didn't have club jobs anymore, and I was kind of a bar DJ instead of being in clubs. So I couldn't really play remixes and house anymore, unfortunately. Good night, Mick. Good night, Daniel. People are disappearing now, are they? Oh, lightweights. Lightweights. They got to go now, aren't they? Oh. We got any texts in? Hang on, let me just text my text. Hello, Maureen. Are your recent BBC Radio Lincolnshire shows on YouTube? No, they're not. No, they're not, my darling. No, they're not. All right. I hope you're still with us, Maureen. That came in an hour ago, didn't it? It's impossible to keep an eye on it. You have to remember when there's people doing like radio shows and TV shows, there's other people dealing with all the messages and they just feed messages to the presenter. Whereas one person, whether it's me or Mix Mowers, anyone like that, we have to deal with everything coming in at the same time. One person. So that's why you get things missed, you know? And it really doesn't help to say, oh, you've missed that or you've missed that. That doesn't help at all, really. You're just got to be a bit more patient and wait for things to come up. But I understand it can be frustrating waiting sometimes. As I say, there's Paul Dow there. He's done really well on the old Slimmers World, you know. Paul says you're looking good. I'm a bit fat now, Paul. I've basically put on the 2 stone that I lost a couple of years ago now. It's gradually crept on, in particular during lockdown. The last time I weighed myself was 13.10. 13.10. And I can't weigh myself. I'm up at the caravan at the moment. As you can see, it says Lincolnshire there. I'll be going back down to the house sometime next week, I expect. Which is when I weigh myself. I can't weigh myself. I haven't got scales up here. And I weigh myself then. So, one of those things. Roy, not able to social distance doing karaoke. No, you're not. I mean, you're really not. It has been said that there is a couple of people doing karaoke. There are. Oh, yes, there are. Yep, there are a couple of... I'm not going to tell you where they are because I'm not so sure they should be doing them, but it's up to them. And, you know, if they want to take the risk, it's up to them. Indeed, if the customer wants to take the risk, it's up to them. But my opinion of, you know, you can put a plastic screen in front of someone, right? It's all very well that. You got a little plastic screen like that. Someone at the back of the room sneezes. Okay? What, you think that plastic screen's going to stop them? No, it's not. Because that stuff will go all in the air and fly around behind the screen. You can't do it. But even if you was to encase someone in like a glass box, which might be all right while they're singing. Well, you've got people singing. You've got the DJ in a glass box, all enclosed, right? And the singer in a glass box. And you've got the audience there. Well, the audience are at risk. Huh? And then they'll decide to sing something like You'll Never Walk Alone. Well, you can't sing that and not have the audience suddenly join in, unannounced. Then everyone's singing. It's just not... I don't think it's possible to do it. Karaoke. But, you know... Even if I wasn't to go back to it now, we've had a good time, haven't we? So, can't complain. But I do, although I say to you I don't miss DJing, but what I mean by that is I wouldn't miss not going to it now. Do I miss DJing in the 90s? Absolutely, yeah. My God, if I could only just take you all to one of those nights. Richard would tell you, Titty, if he's still here. I don't know if he's still here now. Titty LeCamp, he might have gone to bed. He's an early bedder as well. He'll tell you. Paul Dow was a DJ in the 70s. I didn't know that. I did a 70s and 80s night here. Yeah. I did a 70s and 80s night in the Black Cat, Paul. I don't know if you ever came to that. 70s disco, well, of course, I kind of missed out on that because I thought it was straight, didn't I? You know. Going to straight clubs. I mean, to be out in discos when the village people were big, that must have been amazing, really. Really amazing doing something like that, I would imagine. You know, and people like Donna Summer when she was big. I remember going to a place, one of my favourite Donna Summer track is Last Dance, you know. Last Dance, Last Chance for a Love. Look up the 12-inch version on YouTube of that, boys and girls, if you don't know it. Donna Summer, 12-inch version of Last Dance. Amazing piece of music. Really is. And they used to play that at the end of a club I used to go to in the 90s called The Fridge, which was in Brixton. Massive place it was. Massive. Used to have a great night there on a sometimes Saturday night. They were great times. They really were. And I'm afraid if you're of an age where you've only just been going to the clubs in the last 10, 15 years, then you missed out on that 90s. And of course, the people before me in the 80s and 70s will say that they had the best time. The 90s were absolutely fantastic for me as a DJ. Really. I've done some lovely places all over the place. You know, Southend, lots of places in London. Leeds. I did the Hippodrome in London. Was it one? I think just once or twice I did the Hippodrome. I think Coco's Bar. They were the big ones. Heaven. Yeah. Had some great times doing these jobs. It's a weird thing though, you know. Not many people, no one kept in contact really. All those people you see over the years that you've worked with and played in front of, and you've got like a handful of that have really kept in contact. Funny, isn't it? Don't know why that is. Maybe that's just the business that we're in. I don't know. Roy was a mobile, then pub, bar, then club DJ, then redcoat type entertainer, dancer, singer, which is a similar route to what I've done really. That's similar to me. I was mobile, then pub bar, then club. Yeah, it's similar to me. And now international television personality. Dylan's still here. We can't go on much longer. I'm worried that the people in the next caravan can hear me. Because it is late now and it would be dead quiet outside. Absolutely dead quiet. I thought my sister might be on tonight. She was on her way back from... She'll be home now. She gave me a phone call. They've come back from Cyprus tonight, you see. They've been in Cyprus. Gizmo would love to meet up with me. Oh, I don't know about that, Gizmo, darling. Oh no, dear. You might be an axe murderer or something like that. Let's just scroll back down here. We're not keeping up now, are we? Not that we were today. I remember you saying to someone one night, don't eat the microphone. Oh, Christ, those microphones, Paul. You catch anything off those, dear. That's why Titty did a lot of mime. She was frightened of the microphones, weren't you, love? Titler Clamp is still there. The 90s were fantastic for us. They really were. Me and Titty off our heads at trade. Do you remember when Sassy Striker had a heart attack? I shouldn't laugh. This other drag queen we worked with, Sassy Striker. Hang on. That's a bit cold now. Sassy Striker was her name. And it's not something to laugh at, is it? We'd all gone to this club, right? And it was all off our heads, and she had a heart attack. It's all right, she's not dead. We had a lot of energy then, Titty. I'm usually in bed at this time, 10 to 12, dear. God, I'm up late tonight. You did come to the Black Cap, did you, Paul? I can't remember. Yeah, we like the 12-inch versions of a lot of singles, Gizmo. I went from records to CDs and then laptop. I'll be absolutely honest with you. Going to laptop was a mistake. It took away a lot of the interest, really, going onto a laptop. Instead of having all these wonderful records to flip through or CDs, suddenly you're just faced with a list of tracks and it wasn't much fun. DJing on a laptop was not fun at all, really. No. I mean, records, you'd have your record box there. And I never really had a set, if you see what I mean. I didn't have a set that I would play everywhere, you know, that one first, that one second. I always played to the crowd what I thought they would dance to next. And sometimes I got it wrong, we all did. you know. Big tracks. I Want to Give You Devotion. Do you remember that? I want to give you devotion. Such a good feeling. Brothers in Rhythm. That was a big track. Yes. There was a track by Regina I really liked. Day by Day it was called. I want to live all my life, day by day. It wasn't very big. It was much bigger in Europe than it was here, but I kept banging it out on a Saturday night. And that went round. Paul, the summer of 76, DJing with a double deck, no laptop. Exactly. That's how we all started, on double decks, Paul. I actually made a double deck once when it was mobile disco because I used to carry around 2 record players. Seriously, in suitcases. I'd set up my mobile disco. It looked crap, but it sounded good. Then I made this whole unit out of wood. I seemed to be better at DIY then than I was now. And I put all this thing together. I had 2 Technics record players, dropped them in, and then I tried to lift it. It was so heavy I couldn't lift the damn thing. Because I thought, yeah, that's really strong. That's never going to break. Well, I couldn't lift it off the floor. And I was 20 at the time. Good night, George. George has gone to bed now. Good night, George. 12 inches all the way, says Gizmo. As a DJ, not like CDJs. Doesn't like the CDJs. That's fair enough, isn't it? Paul's off to sleep. Good night, Paul. Mandy's still hanging in there. I can stay for hours if I want to. Gizmo's going for a wee. Roy, I used to do pubs in London DJing for strippers in afternoons. Where was that, Roy? Was that in Hammersmith or there was one in the East End, wasn't there, a strip joint? Oh, what was the name of this place? I think there were a chain of them, weren't they? Strip joints in London. I used to go past when there was a blacked out it was just a door, wasn't it? You never had any windows in this place. It was just like a door and boarded up windows on these places. Well, that's how they look from the outside anyway. Yeah, I can't remember that. Yeah. Right. Have you all run out of stuff to say there, my darlings? Mark's loving the late night chat, aren't you, darling? I think it's time for us all. Poor George can't go to sleep. Of course you can't go to sleep when there's someone as interesting as me on the telly. Am I on your telly, George, or on a little computer? It's about time. You need to start sorting your own show out, George. Look through newspapers and I told you what to do. Why don't you listen to me? I'm only here to help you. I'd never say anything to try and trip you up. Go through newspapers before you do a show, right? It all takes a bit of preparation. Go through newspapers, pull out little stories, either print them off or get them on a little tab in front of you on your browser, right? And then during the day, write down things that you've done. I haven't got my list. Have I got it here from earlier? Oh, I might have. Hang on a minute. No. Oh, okay, this is from another day. Here we go. There you go. Look, here's my list of stuff from the other day. There you go. Look. There you go. See? Look at that. That's all I have written down in front of me. Things that I've seen to talk about. And I just have that in front of me and I turn it on and off I go. It's time to move yourself forward, George. Do your own little show, mate. Okay? Don't use other people's music. I'm only trying to help you. Don't use other people's music. Don't use other people's YouTube stuff. Now, you know, and I told you before, I don't mind you using my stuff. Doesn't bother me. I'm quite happy with that. But move yourself forward. Try and sort out your own little show. It might be helpful for you. Perhaps you could get a piece of paper like this. Right? Piece of paper like that. And you could write numbers down on it like this. Look. Oh, we've got a text there. Who's this text from? Yes, that was fixed ages ago, Mark. Good night, Maureen. Everyone's going to bed now. Have I outstayed you? I've outstayed everyone tonight. Bleeding lightweights, all of you. Look at you all off the bed now. Dear me. Right, George. Want you to do this. Are you still watching? Look, bit of paper there. 6 things. Okay? 6 things. And write down on there what you want to talk about. So, let's think today. Okay. Okay, so that could be my first thing on there. After the show, look at that. Went to Gary's, looked at houses, had crisps and sandwiches with children. And you should be able to expand on that. I could probably turn that into 20 minutes. All right? And maybe you've got a news story. Doesn't have to be serious, just something funny, maybe. Just something funny. Let's have a little look. What should we choose? Let's choose the sun. Let's have a quick look at the sun. I know you can't see it there. I've opened up the sun. You don't need to buy any newspapers. Just put them on here. What should we choose here? Oh, that's a nice one. Okay, so there's a story here in the sun that I've just picked up on, and I would have used if this had been a morning show. And it's a nice story. Today, can you believe it? Do you remember the gay lad in and what is it? Westlife or Boyzone? One of those two. Boyzone. Today marks the 11th year. This is in the sun right now, right? Today marks the 11-year anniversary of Stephen Gately's tragic death at the age of 33, and Boyzone fans have remembered how his bandmates slept on the church floor with his coffin the night before the funeral. Isn't that a nice thing? Ronan Keating, Keith Duffy, Shane Lynch and Mikey Graham previously opened up about their final night with Stephen Gately, which they decided to do when his heartbroken mum mentioned that he'd never liked to be alone. And, oh, I haven't got my phone in here to take a picture, have I? Sorry. It says, as a result, the 4 stars held an overnight vigil at St. Lawrence O'Toole Roman Catholic Church, so he wasn't on his own for a moment. They brought sleeping bags into the church and slept beside his coffin, with Ronan later telling Sky News that it was beautiful and amazing experience. He added, the 4 of us decided to stay with him on the Friday night in the church. All of us are so happy that we did it. It was our last night together as a 5-piece, our last real night together. What a wonderful story that is. We cried and we laughed, and we could hear him telling us jokes, and we could hear him answering back. We didn't get much sleep, a little bit, but that's not what it was about. It was just about spending time with Steve-O. They called him Steo, and we knew Steo well. He didn't like the dark. He didn't like being on his own. Well, I didn't know that, did you? We had a nice time, the 5 of us. We toasted and we had a drink, and it was our way of saying goodbye. It was our way of dealing with it. So you could have. So what you would have done is perhaps on number 2 put Son Gately. That's all. Son Gately, right? So for the second part of your show, you could put Son Stephen Gately's story, and you'd know when you look at it, when you've got your tab open up here, you'd know that was the story that you're going to go to. Of course, throughout the show, if you're any good at it, you can just change it around as you want, you know. That's how it is. All right? So try and move yourself forward and start doing your own show. If you want to carry on copying mine, that's all right, but you can't use other people's music. because YouTube will get you for that. Okay? Well, there goes the clock, and it's Sunday. Did you read that? I'm just going to scroll down here. Roy, you worked for Rainbow Entertainments. Well, hang on a minute. That was Rainbow. Now, what was his name? What was the name of the boss of Rainbow Entertainments? I think I know who you mean. Was it Mervyn? Mervyn? Merlin? Mervyn? Mervyn? Was that his name? The bloke who owned Rainbows? Or Rainbow Entertainments? Was it Mervyn? Gizmo's been a DJ since she was 2 years old. I love it. Thank you, Dylan. I'm glad you enjoyed the shows. Stay for a bit longer. How much longer? Hey, the trouble is I won't be able to go to sleep after this. I'll have to put the telly on for half an hour or an hour or so. Otherwise I'll be up there and I won't be able to get to sleep there. Right. I couldn't stay here. I could actually. I'm wide awake now. I could stay here all night long if I wanted to. Sniper. Who's this again? Sniper. Oh, we sent a picture of the back of that pink dress thing. Let's show you that. There's the back of it. So you saw the front of it, yeah? The picture I left up for about 10 hours. There you go. There's the back of it. What's that say on there? If I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me? No. Not really. Thank you for that. Roy, my eldest upstairs in my bed, so I'm on the sofa. My 14-year-old is on a blow-up bed and my girl 11 is in the spare room. Oh, it's nice to have your family there. Yes, I know you've had a few problems with that, Roy. I do see your posts there. Don't ever give up, though. Stella. I want to do radio shows again. I just tuned in back in the UK after many years abroad. Where have you been then, my love? There's no money in... there's no money in radio, Stella. Community radio always want free presenters. There is no money in radio anymore. That's it. It's gone. It's gone. Some prats in Ofcom decided to put all the radio stations together, run by just a few large organisations who sacked all the local DJs. It's gone. The only real local radio you've got now is BBC Local. Very difficult to get into. Very, very difficult to get into the BBC. And of course you won't be allowed your own opinion. Or you could get onto community radio, perhaps. Although I've got a feeling they'll probably be overrun now with independent local radio presenters who don't have a job anymore and want to carry on doing it. But as a job, I'd be very, very surprised if you managed to get a radio job, Stella, and be paid for it. I can't see it. I just can't see it. It's just how it's gone. Or internet radio. There's plenty of internet radio stations around. My friend Alton Andrews does several stations. You can get on a couple of those. Don't set your own one up. Okay? If you want to go on radio, I would recommend seek out an internet radio station. There's hundreds of them. And look for the professional ones, not the ones run by children, because there's plenty of those around. Just horrendous. Or you could go on something like reachonair.com. They will send you the software and you do your show via them. There's varying different... There's a free account, so you don't have to pay, or there's paid accounts on there, depending on what you want to do. But to be paid to do a radio show now, no, I think it's all over, mate. It's all over. You got Heart and all that. They just employ people that are celebrities. They don't employ radio people. It's very sad, really. You'll never see people like Kenny Everett again or Tony Blackburn. When Tony goes and Dave Lee Travis goes, all those personalities are gone, mate. It's terrible. Community radio, well, it's a bit hit and miss, really. There's one around here called Endeavour FM. That's in Boston. which I thought about sort of inquiring to them, but I'm kind of just happy sitting in a little room like this doing my own thing. You know, you could do YouTube. Very difficult to get a YouTube audience. I've been doing this now 15 years and I've just about got 30 people watching tonight, you know. But then again, what I do is niche, so it's a bit niche, really. Very difficult to find those people who actually are happy to sit there and enjoy what you do, rather than the people who are just moaning all the time. Well, there are people moaning here and here all the time. I just ignore them. Miserable bastards, most of them. You won't ever hear me swear during the morning shows, by the way. Mick wants bingo. There's no bingo. There's no raffle tickets. There's nothing tonight, Jason. Only super chat raffle tickets tonight, sunshine. That's it. Yeah, and you get people like George Bond who's always upset. Just ignore people, George. They soon go away, mate. You know, if they piss you off that much, just ignore them. They will soon stop. I'm telling you now. Make your comment and just ignore the ones that come after them. Haven't you seen how I do the weekday show on here? It's easy. It was Mervyn. I thought, yes, it was Mervyn, wasn't it? I thought it was Mervyn. Yes, I remember him years ago. I never worked for him myself. I think he tried to get me to work for him at some point, but I didn't. I was busy enough to not need an agent at that time. Fortunately. Not everyone is fortunate, but there you go. There's a lot of luck involved in this job as well. As you well, you know, Roy, you know, right place at the right time, you know. Look at what happened to me in January when the BBC came round here. Wow. Blown away. Even if I never ever appear on the telly again, I've been on. I wish my mum had seen that, but that's how it is, isn't it? Stella, I wish people would do radio shows that have nothing to do with the coronavirus. Well, we haven't talked about it tonight, Stella. Not at all. Not a single word about it, actually. I don't think we ever talked about it all tonight. It's just the same old crap all the time, isn't it? You know, when you see, when it's just like when you turn on the breakfast show in the morning, it's the same stuff all the time. They'll have coronavirus on, then you'll have a little left-wing group on there moaning about something. Oh, Christ. Breakfast time used to be entertaining in the morning, didn't it? Do you remember? When old Frank Boff and Selena Scott were doing it. Old miserable Charlie on there in the morning. Dan's all right, and Naga's all right, isn't she? And then the blonde girl who's on there in the morning, what's her name? She's a bit miserable and all, isn't she? I don't know. You just ignore them, George. If you think someone's having a go at you, don't respond. Just ignore them. Unless you're doing a Chatbox show like this, in which case, answer them with the full force of what you've got, my love. Fart on air if you want to, I don't care. Gizmo's going to do radio on YouTube. Yeah. Radio on YouTube. Do people do that? Sort of a show like this, but without pictures? Not everyone wants to be seen on a little camera, you know. Let's play a game of bingo. No bingo tonight, dear. Come on, dear. No bingo tonight. Il ne bingo pas ce soir aujourd'hui. Did you see how I did a bit of foreign there for you, Paul Mark? Do you like a bit of foreign now and again, do you, my love? Is that an offensive comment? Oh, that's really offensive against foreigners. Well, don't watch then. I like old school comedy. I like Jim Davidson. The stuff he comes out with. I sit there howling listening to him. Stella's been to Sweden. Have you, my love? Podcast and webcast on my own terms, not as a job. Well, there you go. Do it. Go and do it then, my love. Go and do it. It's the difficulty getting people to listen. You'll generally find friends that you know now probably won't really support you in you doing something like that. The friends that you have now, it will be other people that you attract. But it's finding those. It's incredibly different to try and build an audience. I have found it incredibly difficult anyway. You need the help from other people. Other YouTubers is the best place. My brother-in-law, Martin, helped me enormously get a little bit of an audience with this, you know. Radio's not good now. No, it's not. All radio stations, Dave Holland. I don't listen to radio hardly at all. Not hardly at all. I find it so fake. Especially the so-called breakfast crews in the morning on independent. Well, they've all gone to be replaced, as I say, by people like Amanda Holden. I mean, I can't comment really because I've never heard her do a radio show. But I can imagine what it's like. It's a bit bland, a bit non-offensive, a bit unfunny. I expect is she on her own or is she with someone? They usually put them with someone and they make these jokes that just aren't funny and then they've got all that false laughing. I tell you what, I did see, I don't know if you saw Britain's Got Talent last week. I don't watch it, but they kept going on about Amanda Holden doing this song, so I thought I'd give it a watch. Now, as a singer, I thought she was pretty good. I thought she's got a singing voice there. It sounded all right to me. But the production of it was just awful. While she was singing, every time she hit certain notes, they'd dub in an audience going, clapping or cheering. And I'm like, what's all that cheering going on for? She's singing a song. She ain't finished yet. It's probably some blooming millennial in a booth that thought it was a good idea to put clapping and cheering on every time she hit certain notes. It was awful. Awful. But her voice, as a singing voice, sounded all right to me. I don't know. Bring back United Kingdom Radio. Oh, that was a while ago, wasn't it now? United Kingdom Radio. Maureen's still there, is she? I'm glad you're still there, Maureen. All right, my love. Spreaker. Now, what is Spreaker? I've heard of that. Hang on, let me just have a look. Now, I've heard of Spreaker. Hang on, let me just check what that is. That's something to do with radio, isn't it? Oh, it's podcasting, isn't it? Okay. How much are the plans on that then? Okay. $18 a month. That's not bad, is it? That's the most popular one. Or they do a free one, don't they? Yeah, Spreaker. I've heard of that. Podcast. It's getting people to realise you're there. You know. George is going to sleep. Good night, George. Roy, quite right. Most radio shows are voice tracked. So what they do is they record the little bits between the music. They're not really there listening to it. It's all so fake. Philip misses Radio Caroline. I wasn't did the whole pirate thing. I didn't really do that. It was good though, wasn't it? I don't do DJing anymore, Gizmo. That's a while ago now. Oh, Stella is Atticus, of course. It's Atticus. I'm sorry, Stella. This is what happens when people change their names, dear. I can't remember who they are. Probably you'll appear at some other point, Stella, again, and have to remind me again that you are, in fact, Atticus. I know who you are, my friend. All right, Stephen. Isn't it, Stephen? Built in Scotland, followed over from the Butlers, you see. You need someone to pull in to help you sort of get up there. And then a lot of people will listen to you or watch you, talking about building a YouTube channel. A lot of people from another channel will probably come across and try you out, and a lot of them won't like what you do. But don't take that to heart. It's just how it is. You can't like everyone. My brother-in-law and nephew do something that a lot of people are looking for. What I do, I mean, I don't know how you categorise what I do. It's really difficult when I go and try and find out keywords for this. What do people search for if I want them to find me? That's what you've got to try and work out, and I've never worked it out. Not in 15 years, not really. I've tried all sorts of keywords. I expect people of importance. After all that time, you would have expected someone of importance to have seen this, but it's not for them. Do you know what I mean? So that's why. So 10,000 people might come across. You might lose most of them because they didn't like what you were doing, but that's just okay. If you're happy doing it, like I am, then all well and good. Paulie H had a local radio station. Used to be brilliant. That was taken over by Heart. See? Before we had Capital Radio with Chris Tarrant. He was very good, wasn't he, Chris Tarrant? I don't think we'll see these people anymore, Amanda Holden was on Heart with Jamie Thexton. Is it Thexton? Isn't it Theaston or something like that? Is she not on there anymore then? Isn't she on Heart Breakfast Show? See, I've never listened to it. I listen in the morning to Julia Hartley Brewer. Jamie and Amanda. Oh, it is still on there. It's the biggest commercial radio show with 4.6 million listeners. Tune in for friendly chat. Right, okay. So that's I listen to Julia Hartley Brewer in the morning. Talk radio. I quite like her. She don't muck around. She don't muck around, mate. She tells you how it is. I like her. Oh dear. Yes, it's a podcasting, isn't it? I remember that one. A DIY show. Actually, it's funny you should say that, Mick. My brother-in-law recommended I did something like that because I muck it up so badly. Oh, I'm getting a bit tired now. Dylan's come over from Martin. Is that right? Thank you, Dylan. Yeah, I had a lot of Martin's viewers. They popped in and had a little view. But for some people, it's not their thing. Might be a bit too... I'm sure it's too camp for some people, And other people, they wouldn't like the sharp tongue. Whereas other people would consider it banter, I never give you... People on here who know me quite well now, I would never give sharp tongue to someone who hasn't given me sharp tongue or stupidness. I can't be. You look at my Facebook profile, facebook.com/Chris Ridden UK, and it says on my Facebook profile, likes and dislikes. Right? And one of the dislikes is can't stand stupid people. And God knows there's enough of them, isn't there? I introduced myself on there as Catholic, in this order. Catholic, gay, easygoing, dislike stupid idiots, respectful of all religions and races, conservative. That's me. That's me. And I kind of accept other people's opinions for stuff as well. I like to think I do anyway. No, Gizmo, if you want to be a girl, that's fine by us. You must do what you want to do, my love, and that's it. Dave Holland used to do phone-in radio station and chat to the DJ host for like 15 minutes while the host was playing 30 minutes non-stop music. He's a friend of Alton Andrews. Oh, was he? EKR Night Tracks. I don't know that one. Yeah, me and Alton were on a station in London, Liberty Radio. I was only doing an overnight thing, and I was only there because the machine kept breaking down, basically. But that's how it come in there. Do drag talk shows. Well, I can't do drag, Mark. I've never put makeup on before. I've no idea where to start. You see? That's how it is. Oh, do you know, I think it's time. I'm getting a bit tired now. I'm getting a little bit tired now. Mark hates stupid people as well. I think we know that, Mark. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Right, gang, I'm going to go now because I'm getting tired now. Did we do all the pictures? Oh, hang on. We've got one picture here. Let's do one more picture. It's Roy Brownlow sent this in here. One moment. Is that going to work? There we go. Let's try that. That's gone round the wrong way again. Try and turn it around. Oh, do you know, I've come on tired ever so sudden. I really have. Hang on, where's that gone? No, it's upside down. Where's this gone wrong with me? Ah, there we are. Is this your card? Or what is it, Roy? Is this your card or... There we go, that looks about... Right, there you go. Picture from Roy there. I don't think I've got the whole picture in there, have I, Roy? Just a minute, let me try and sort that out for you. No, I haven't. Let's try and do another. Fit to screen again. Oh, there we go. Right, 1 minute. There you go. He's been on Britain's Got Talent. I don't remember. See, I don't watch Britain's Got Talent, so I haven't seen you on there. Oh, dear. Excuse me. Okay. There we are. Thank you very much, Mr. Brownlow, for your picture there. That's it. I might actually be able to go to sleep. I didn't think I was going to go to sleep tonight after doing a little bit of a chat. Did you see how quickly I've got tired there? Because I'm not used to going to bed this late anymore. Not really. Oh, dear. Tired. It's time to go to bed, everyone. Of course, the next show from me will be our bingo show. That's later tonight at 8 o'clock UK time. Sunday night at 8 o'clock is our big bingo show here, boys and girls. And the next chat show will be Monday morning at 8:45. Well, I hope you enjoyed this evening. We might do this again at some other point. Let's have... Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Let's have one quick look at the clock. And it's just coming up to... Oh, it's like a BBC One close down, isn't it? It's a BBC One close down. Look, let's have one final look at the clock. It's just coming up to 22 minutes past midnight on this Sunday, the 11th of October 2020. Have a nice sleep, boys and girls, and don't forget to remove the wall socket. Don't forget to remove the plug from the wall socket. I'll see you later on tonight at 8 o'clock for the bingo. Good night now.